Hey!
For weeks, the tiny kingdom of Halgervonger has been in the throes of a political upheaval. Chauncey Madoff, a witch of considerable and growing power, has assumed the throne after an intense game of dodgeball against a devil known as Felkatha. Now his rule is being challenged from all sides. The former king, Ronald, is claiming Chauncey as a usurper who has no rightful claim to the crown. Chauncey's employer, Heroic Endeavors Incorporated, is claiming that the kingdom rightly belongs to them, as Chauncey was acting as an agent of the company when he ascended. Chauncey's patron, the source of his mystic power and cousin of demonic origin, is working overtime to help Chauncey hang on to power, but it's no secret that he has his own reasons for doing so. A storm is brewing over this minuscule kingdom, the likes of which hasn't seen for more than 1,000 years. In the midst of this are the day-to-day obligations of running a kingdom. Chauncey, you find yourself sitting on an uncomfortable throne in your keep's large and drafty audience chamber, surrounded by people you barely know who claim to be advisors but are probably scheming and plotting against you with every breath. You had a full day of listening to farmers squabble over parcels of land, business owners asking for funds to expand their operations, and concerned citizens afraid that secret messages are being scrawled in the clouds to subtly control their thoughts. Things have finally wound down, and you are just about to declare the audience hours are over when you hear a commotion at the door. An old man with wild tufts of stark white hair pushes his way past Mindy, the mostly ineffectual guard, and marches his way across the throne room. He stares up at you with intense gray eyes and drops to one knee. Your Majesty, it's come again. The ghost mare rides again, and you must put an end to our curse. Your closest advisor, a man named Klaus, rubs the bridge of his nose and sighs heavily. Not this again. He offers you a sympathetic glance. What do you do?
Explain to me what's happening, old man.
Yes, of course, Your Majesty. Please, just listen, I beg you. Mm-hmm. The former king ignored me. Everyone has laughed at me, but now doom has come to our land. Mm-hmm. The ghost mayor of Halgervonger has returned and attacked one of your loyal subjects. Do not make the same mistake your predecessor made. Heed my warning. You must take action. You must hunt the beast down and end its terrible reign.
Every time I send someone out, there's nothing there.
We have to. No, it was you attacked somebody just last night. I'm telling you, it's real.
Who?
It's Jorm Keller. He says he was minding his own business on your roads at night, mm-hmm. and he was attacked by the beast, the ghost mare. I know it was the ghost mare. He described it to me. You could ask him yourself.
Is there? Can I do like an insight or to see a?
Make a perception check if you'd like. Yes.
21.
21. You can see that he's very earnest. This man is incredibly. There's no hint of deception about him. He fully believes what he's telling you. He thinks this is the most important thing on the docket for the day, and he insists that you must do something about the ghost mare. It is returned.
So Chauncey's sitting there. You'll notice that his crown is like way smaller than the original crown. It basically cut it in half, made it into a small crown, took the other half, put it on Cheese. And so Cheese is sitting on his lap, and he kind of looks at Cheese and like whispers, he's like, I don't know, Randall, what are we supposed to do?
Cheese like looks up at you, and Cheese looks up at you and winks, but doesn't offer any other advice.
Okay. Is there anyone else who could confirm your story?
Yes, of course. There's the Myrtella. She knows. She's seen it. She was here the first time it attacked our town, and obviously there was Jorm, and then there's me. I've seen the beast. It killed my son. 5 years ago, the ghost mare rode into town and killed my son. Now look, I know that everybody's telling you that riders were dispatched and that the beast that was attacking our town all those years ago was slain. But I'm telling you, when they found an owl bear in the woods and killed it, that was a totally different thing. There was no owl bear that killed my son. I know that. I've been trying to tell everybody, but no one will listen. And now look, poor merchants being attacked at night when they're just going home from the pub. And, well, that's the kind of thing that I am sure our wise and just king cannot stand to have happening.
All right, I have heard your pleads. And as a benevolent leader, I will do something about this.
Yes, I have here's a list of names of all and addresses for the people that I told you about, and if you want to come talk to me, I can tell you all about my investigation into the ghost mare. Obviously I've been working alone because everybody thinks that I'm just a foolish old man who doesn't know what he's talking about, but I do know what I'm talking about, and I can show you. You just stop by anytime, and we'll have some tea, and I'll tell you all about. I'll show you my wall. I have clues galore. Okay. And then the former king, he's the one who hired the original crew to go out into the woods, and they got the wrong beast. But he was there. He was there when it first attacked, so he can at least back that up. And yes, I'm very grateful, Your Majesty. Let's get that thing. And he puts his hand in towards you, like, let's go, team. Let's get it.
A little rat hand, like.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, this is the kind of governance that we haven't seen in Helgervanger for a long time. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Really, all fingers on the pulse. I had a good feeling about you. Yes, I did.
And if you could look inside Chauncey's brain, it's just the monkey with two cells each other, wondering what he's going to do next. And it's like, yes, I will have my strong wisest. And he's looking at Hawk. It's like oldest powerful person. Look at it.
I guess that's me. Your Majesty, if you want this done right, I think you should be there as well.
Oh, of course. Of course I'll be there. We're going to need 2 more people. Hawk.
So if you could find anyone but Glitter Dust Sparkle Moon Wishes.
I will not find Glitter Dust Moon Sparkle. I don't know.
If we just make sure she doesn't join the group.
All right.
That'd be great. And then maybe a cleric, someone who doesn't want to heal anyone else but themselves.
All right. So someone whose goals is very self-focused, much like yourself.
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't like this responsibility. Everyone out of my sight. No, you stay.
All right.
So
you find the 2 people.
Klaus rings a bell, marking the end of public audience. Everybody is shuffled out of the audience chamber in your keep. However, there is one figure who rushes up to the door, covered in dust from the road, who is flashing an HEI badge.
I'm pretty sure the bell was wrong.
But Kirby, you have been sent on behalf. You have been sent on behalf of Heroic Endeavor's corporate offices to investigate the claims that one of the recent notorious agents has come into a kingdom of their own. And as they did so, while acting on behalf of the company, you have been sort of dispatched to oversee things and make sure that the company's interests are being best represented.
I don't like that.
I am HR.
So you arrive just as you can see, King Chauncey himself is sitting up on the throne, and he's just sort of looking bored and petting cheese. There is another licensed agent nearby, an older man, and you feel as you're getting in there, you feel like something on your back almost, and then the flap of your backpack opens. And someone crawls out of it.
Hi! Ah! I forgot you were there.
Whoa. Wait, whose backpack am I in?
Hers.
Whose backpack? Oh, hey. Thank you so much for the ride. Because it was kind of a really far way to go. And she zooms out of the bag and lands on your shoulder, Chauncey.
He immediately looks at Hawk. It's like, what did I just tell you?
You said no glitter, moon dust. This is moon dust glitter. That's technically different. I didn't fail.
I'm going to throw you in jail after this.
Are you Chauncey?
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
King Chauncey. Oh, that's a sturdy grip. I don't like that.
And then I'm gonna flash the badge.
Sure.
Oh,
Kai Manente, MD. I work with Heroic Endeavors.
yeah, we just. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with Heroic Endeavors too?
I am.
Oh no.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
No.
I'm here on behalf of Heroic Endeavors with Mrs.
Moon dust, sparkle.
We already talked
know
about
your
it.
name?
We already talked about it. We're not gonna I'm not gonna do the whole thing.
Oh, I mean, it's okay. I wanted you all to meet my new very best friend. This is Kai.
No.
Kai is my very, very best friend. And then she sees your crown. And she goes and she lands in between on your head in the crown.
That's fair.
Oh, it's so sparkly and pretty.
Well, let's not get too
Hello, Moondust.
Hi.
attached
I
to
missed you. Did you forget about me?
No, I saw your letters.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I got here because sometimes, things can get kind of carried away in the breeze, and I wasn't sure if you were going to get them or not.
No, it's really hard running a kingdom.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
just, I did not expect this.
That's amazing. Here's some candy. And she just drops it on your head.
As it like rains down on me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kai's taking out all of these like bits of candy. that have
There's
been left in the
wrappers just
bag,
everywhere. Yeah. A lot of your own personal effects are just like covered in sticky
Yes.
residue
Yeah,
now
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's awful.
Let's make it messy.
Is there a reason you're here? I don't remember requesting heroic endeavors.
You didn't.
Well,
We've been sent.
It's actually very convenient because you were just Are you a cleric?
Well, I don't like to be called a cleric. I'm more of a doctor, MD.
Right.
I
That's
do
pretty-
heal.
That's
I
pretty.
mean,
That's
you-
pretty close. Okay.
Wait,
someone
do
who
you heal
saves
yourself
lives.
more than others?
No, I'll heal you. I'll take care of
Alright,
you
so
for
not
like
exactly.
price.
Yeah. It's the generic.
But do
form.
you
I could
see
deal
what,
with this.
like,
It's like I said it and then it happened. That's
Are
the
you
power of a
magical now,
king.
too?
What is the, I mean, I was.
I mean, like extra specially magical.
I get what she means.
Well, I don't know if you guys got a letter that announcing we were coming, but we're here just to investigate and just, make sure everything's kosher. We heard
What's
one of our own.
kosher?
Okay, just right. Perfect. Anyway,
And wait.
candy.
Hold on.
Everything's all candy.
Backtrack. You said investigate. And-
You. Investigate you.
Me.
You're king, right?
Oh yes, I am.
Yeah. So as a member of Heroic Endeavors who has now acquired this kingdom, we just want to make sure everything is up to par and candy.
But friends don't investigate friends, and we're all best friends.
Well, I'm not his friend. I just met him.
I like her honesty.
Thanks.
What if I wasn't a part of Heroic Endeavors anymore?
But you are. Here, see? Is there a badge in it?
Yeah, there
He's got a license.
There's 100% of that.
So Kai pulls out their journal book and starts flipping through these papers and pencil out. So how exactly did you acquire this kingdom?
Dodgeball.
Candy.
Yes. Okay. So the previous king had a deal with a high devil in order.
High ranking. He
High
wasn't
ranking.
like on something. He was just very high up in
Yes,
the hierarchy of devils.
Thank you.
So you're saying
Thank
that
you,
he
Hawk.
may or may not have been short? And
No, he
what
was
is
pretty
your
tall.
understanding of
also
short?
tall.
He was pretty tall. He was pretty tall.
But not on a pedestal.
I mean, I put him there, but that was just emotionally.
Oh, that's not what I meant by on.
So you were worshiping this former king devil?
No. Hold on.
worship
Hold on.
a different one.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Well, why are you? No, don't write that down.
Former.
As you're doing this, you hear a voice in your head. It says, "Don't tell them nothing. They're here to take this away from you. We got a good thing going. You don't gotta answer any more of her questions, all right? She's not the law, right? She's not the boss here.
No,
You're
I'm
the boss here. You're the boss here.
have the
You're in
crown.
charge. This is your kingdom.
Is he
Right?
whispering?
No, this is all mental.
Is he saying, yeah.
You just see the hand motions of me like. I plead the fifth.
Of what?
November?
Yes. And he just like clams up.
So anyway, you were saying that high-ranking devil
Yeah.
and dodgeball?
I actually don't remember what happened. It was weird. No, Hawk.
Are you in need of assistance?
I
I can help you.
Hawk.
I'm good at helping.
Do you have anything to help with memory loss or?
No, I have candy, which always helps everyone feel better.
Because we all have the badge. We're all on the same team.
Hey,
I want to put my hand on
friends don't tell secrets.
Chauncey's shoulder. I really think it'll be in the best interest of everyone here if you go ahead and just let us know exactly what happened, and we can make sure that your line of legacy and however you carry on your name is well taken care of.
Chauncey will slowly grab your hand
But I wanted to use.
and take. Oh,
What did you want to
wait!
do?
You wanted to cast a spell on me?
No, not a spell, but I'm intimidating you.
Oh.
Excuse me. You're being intimidated, sir.
Sir, wait, I just banged you.
I get it too because I'm on his head.
No, I don't think you would be subject to this. We'll go ahead and make an intimidation check. This would be against your will DC, which is going to be 10 plus your whatever your will save modifier is.
Oh.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I got a 23.
23.
It's me to beat.
Me to be.
Yeah, that's exactly my will.
So you get that sort of present. Yeah, she's essentially attempting to coerce you into telling her.
Someone made the old king made a deal with the devil.
And what was his name?
I don't know. He's in jail.
So he's alive.
Coffer? Oh, the dude.
The former king.
He's gonna yell to the guard.
Hey, Mindy.
Hey, Mandy, what was the former king's name?
It was Ronald.
He's alive in your prison, right?
That's where I last put him. I don't really keep track.
Oh, he went home actually.
Mandy, I told you to put him in jail.
Yeah, but he said he just wanted to go get a few things, and then he went out. I mean, do you want me to go get him? Like,
You put yourself in jail.
do I have to lock the door?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like you don't have real responsibility or control over your guards either. Interesting.
Kind of sounds like we need a hug circle about now. Because this whole kingy thing for you just kind of seems like it's more stressful than it is helpful.
I mean, it was going pretty well until someone showed up.
Well, look, if you can't handle it, we can happily figure out a new
I
situation.
can handle this without cause.
You hear that voice in your head again. He says, Chauncey, you are blowing this, man. You are blowing this for us big time. You got to distract him. Get him off the scent.
Okay, Chauncey's gonna reach into his pocket.
You're a point.
Chauncey's gonna reach into his pocket. He's gonna accidentally pull out his gun first. And he's gonna, wrong pocket. He's gonna reach into the other one. And he's gonna go, ah! As he chucks a bunch of cards into the air. And he's gonna use 2 actions to escape.
Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, you throw this deck of cards in the air. They go flying up and fluttering everywhere. Make a stealth check.
What do I do?
Oh!
Well, we'll find out here.
27.
27. You can make anybody who wants can make a perception check to see. Well, you're going with him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You said 27?
Yeah.
Yes.
28.
Okay, you've seen this trick before, so you see him like scamper off.
Yeah.
As the cards are flying everywhere.
I always have trouble finding my perception on this.
It is
Under, not defense. No? No.
No, it should
no,
be.
it should be under offense actually,
Offense.
because it's used as.
Habuya. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing you. That's a 30.
So he throws these cards in your face and tries to like slink away, but
This is just like,
you can see where he's going.
Hey, Chauncey.
Yeah.
What were you trying to do? Was that some sort of new like game we're supposed to play?
No, I escaped.
I still see you.
Where were you? What were you escaping?
Where did he
from?
hide? Where did he?
I don't know, where were you trying to go? I imagine just out of like there's a side door he was trying to just
like
get
trying
to.
to-
He's halfway. He's like hiding behind the like his throne. Hey.
I just walk around to the. So about the devil that was in this dodgeball tournament, can you tell me more about him?
Desna.
I'm just unfazed. I'm just
Right.
unfazed.
You hear that voice and it's, she's not gonna let this go, man. You gotta give her something to latch on, something else to latch on to. Maybe swing things back around to the adventure we're doing tonight. Maybe, I don't know. Give her something else to do.
Okay. We can find. I'm under a lot of stress right now, and I need some help. There's apparently a creature that is attacking my townsfolk. If you can help me figure out what is going on, I will tell you everything.
It's a ghost horse.
I'm in.
A what?
It's a ghost mar.
Ghost horse.
Male?
Ma.
Ma?
Your mother's a
You mean
horse?
Mare?
How dare you? My mother is a beautiful rat folk.
You just said a ghost ma.
Ma!
Yeah, no lie.
Ma!
It's rubbing off on me, and I can't keep
I
it.
don't think I know what that creature is.
It's a ghost pony.
Yeah.
A ghost pony?
Yes.
Is it nice?
No.
You knew I grew up with unicorns, so is it like a unicorn?
No, it kills people.
Oh.
Apparently, it killed this old man's son.
How long have you been having this problem?
It just started.
Well, I mean, it just started for you. Oh, right. Just started.
So all we have to do
Inside
is
check.
Yeah, we need to.
we just gotta find it.
Yes, we have to talk to a few people who have seen this.
Okay.
And then we need to confirm that it's actually real. I've sent people out multiple times. I myself have gone out to make sure, and I have found nothing.
Oh, so you go out in the trenches and really.
Yeah, I'm a good king.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah, they just, on their way out, they just have to sign this form. That like just, you don't look at the form, just sign it when you leave. And then after that, I take care of it.
Can I get a copy of this form?
No.
Can that intimidation check roll over to this?
We're gonna leave that
I
one
think
be.
you should give me the form.
I think what we should do is we should go find these people. Is there a list of people that way we know where to start?
That
There is a
dad,
list,
you said,
yes.
right?
You were left with a list of people.
Hawk, do you have that list?
I do. And I pull out a piece of paper.
On that list, you see several names. One is Myrtella the Woods Witch, and you see that she has. There's like a little map of the town drawn on this piece of paper, and there's this hut that's outside the town a little ways, and it's circled. And it's Myrtella the Woods Witch. Then there's another small, there's like a farm in town, and that's circled, and it says, the Jorm Keller is written on it, and it says attacked right next to it. And then there's a bigger house that is circled, and it just says Ronald, and it says a liar knows something.
Ooh.
Well, Your Majesty, before,
Yes.
I mean, there's the Woods Witch.
Uh-huh.
That's out of town, right? If we want to, I mean, we're in town, so I would think we would start in town.
Yeah.
Jorm, he was attacked
He-
already.
Yes.
So we could go talk to him.
He was my favorite.
Ronald apparently is a liar, and you're already mad at him. So
I am.
We could also,
Former king?
Yeah, the former king.
So
Because-
these were happening before he came into power.
No, it just happened.
Oh. Are we all going together?
Yeah. As he's saying, he's already backing out as far away as he can. He's like, yeah.
Oh,
Cut.
oh,
You, come on,
I'm on your head.
just you.
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah.
Can Ajax come?
Oh yeah.
All right,
That's
come on,
fine.
Ajax.
Cheese. Cheese, stop playing with her.
Who are these other? Who's Ajax?
Cheese is my firefox, and Ajax is his dog.
Yeah, I've got a hunting dog.
So Cheese is just like circling around your legs, like jumping up and down.
This whole time I assumed you were a rat with a rat.
I would never. I would
Honestly.
never.
Or a literal piece of cheese.
A sentient piece of cheese.
The crown on
Only small nibbles.
Nah, Cheese is a firefox.
That's sick. Okay.
Yeah, he like scoops up Cheese and he like runs out. Okay.
Are we gonna go visit the king, or should we visit
Ex-king.
this guy, or the king,
I mean,
or this
if,
guy?
like, I mean, even if he's a former king, wouldn't you still refer to him as Your Majesty?
No.
Right? Because, like,
If you lose the title,
Mr. President is still Mr. President after he's
what
been
is a
voted out.
what is a president?
It's another word for a king.
Thanks. We had them where I grew up.
You never really go into your backstory that much. Huh?
No, it's a very dark past. Very dark archives, my past.
Oh, I looked at the wrong camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go talk to.
To the king.
The former king, Ronald.
How are you? Where did you? Oh, yes.
I am very fast.
like-
I'm just like, so tell me more about it.
No, we finish this first, and then we talk about that.
Okay.
So, you race across town, being pursued by Guy.
I only run 25, so I'm like booking it, and she's like slightly jogging to keep up.
You see that this ex-king, the former king, lives in a rather large home in Helgervanger. And as you approach that home, you see that his lawn is littered with signs proclaiming such things as "Boo the false king" and "Revolution?" ? But you get up to the door, and there's this big, heavy, ostentatious brass knocker on it.
He like knocks it.
How did he get this house? Didn't he used to live there?
I don't know.
The door flies open, and you see the former monarch, who looks down at you. His face darkens. Says, "Well, well, well. If it isn't the usurper, I would invite you in, but why bother? You'll just go wherever you please, won't you?"
Yeah, and he like walks in.
So this wasn't a peaceful exchange of power? Okay.
I mean, this one tricked him into putting on a crown so that we would have to fight a demon to save
I hired people to take care of a problem, which is what I thought your organization was all about. And at the end of it, I'm destitute and penniless, as you can see,
you're-
living in hardship.
You're destitute. Why do you have a gold fountain?
That was my grandmother's. How dare you? It's the only thing I have to remember her by.
Kai's just grabbing some of these propaganda flyers outside and like stuffing them in the bag as like evidence.
Some of them are just like pictures of like a cartoon rat with a line drawn through it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really thought about this.
From behind Chauncey's crown, I poke out. Hi, Mr. King, older king, past president. Hi, I'm Moondust Glitter Violet Sparkle Wishes. Do you want some candy?
No, I don't. I want you all to leave my home unless you have some pressing business to discuss.
We're looking for a ghost ma.
What?
A ghost ma.
A ghost mar.
Man.
A ghost mar.
Man.
Horse. It's been attacking people.
Pony.
A dog? Oh, are you talking about the ghost mare?
Yeah, that's what I said, the ghost
Did
mare.
old man Wembley come in to tell you about the horrible monster that he's seen in the woods?
Yes.
It's nonsense. You can just let it all go. It's a myth.
I told him that several times. He just doesn't let it go. Did you have to deal with this beforehand?
Well, no, I just ignored him. He's a weird old man. Just that's part of being king is just ignoring weird old men you don't want to listen to.
You could just ignore people?
I had other things to do. Look, listen. Yes, 5 years ago, his son died in a tragic accident. There was a beast in the woods. I hired Heroic Endeavors Incorporated. They came, they sent the team out, they hunted down the beast. It was an owlbear, they killed it. Boom, bing, bing, bang, boom, it's done.
But the attacks continued.
What?
But the attacks
No,
continued.
no, nothing else. No, nobody else has. There have been again. This old man insists that the owlbear wasn't the thing that he saw kill his son, and he sees this weird ghost mare, and then Myrtella, the witch out in the she's always feeding him into more and more conspiracies like this, and she just drums him up, and it's nothing. It's all nothing.
Have there been any? Go ahead.
How do you feel about a guy named Jorm?
What happened? He's fine. What is he?
Dependable?
Sometimes no. I mean, the man loves a drink. Let me tell you. Dependable is not something I would ascribe to him. No. Is this really it? This is your big kingly emergency? This is the thing you couldn't handle?
Hey, I am a man. I am a man of the people.
Look, I guess the crown's getting real heavy on the head, isn't it?
I will throw you back in jail.
Very heavy. She's trying to lift it.
I will put you back in jail.
Minty will just let me out again.
Oh,
I'll just tell her I need to go home and change my shoes, and I'll be out in a jiffy.
Mindy.
I really don't think there's any cause for alarm.
No, there isn't. This is all nonsense. It's
I want to
just
use
nothing.
the skill feat cause for alarm. No cause for alarm. Just to calm
everyone down.
Just to calm everyone's tushies. Okay. Look, while you were holding the throne, whether this is legitimate or not, we're getting to the bottom of it, by the way.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Kai.
Hello. I'm sorry. I just it's a germ thing.
This fine.
No.
I'm here on behalf of Heroic Endeavors to investigate this situation to see if everything is up to par.
It's not.
It is.
He's a liar and the thief.
But we want to help with this situation because apparently there have been still more attacks.
I'm telling you, the matter was settled. Your people already took care of the beast.
Then explain the missing people that have happened across.
There's no missing. Nobody's missing.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yes. 5 years ago, I heard a team that came in. They killed the owlbear. It's done. It's over.
What happened to the owlbear after
It died.
you slept?
It's dead now. It's gone. That's what happens when heroes go into the woods. They kill an owlbear and then it's dead.
Chauncey, I'm so confused. Why did you call us here to come help you?
I mean, I didn't call anyone.
Well, I mean, you called us all here
Oh.
to help with this thing.
Yes.
To distract us from the other
Yes.
thing. Sorry. I was just trying to clarify.
Moondust,
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people. And I want to show that a king can be humble enough to walk around the peasants and help them figure out their problems.
That's a bit dismoralizing to call them peasants, but
Is that like presents?
Yes.
'Cause I like presents.
Yes.
Okay. Well, should we go talk to other person or the witch?
I wouldn't really worry about it all. Just put this whole thing to bed.
I don't
Can I
know.
just
Go
do
get
a
a few
little,
drinks at the pub.
flutter around his place just to see if I see anything or notice anything out of the
You can if you'd like to. Yeah, sure.
perception
While she
maybe?
flutters, can I perception on if I actually believe him or believe
Yes, by all means. You guys were all about the sense motives a minute ago. Now you're like, hey, nobody doing nothing now.
16?
16. Yeah, I mean, like, this guy seems on the up and up to you.
22.
22.
Perception.
You can see what it looks like to you is what Katie would probably describe as a recently unemployed, depressed person's house might look like. There's like food out and half-drank cups of ale and dirty clothes piled all around, and there's a little bit of a smell, and he's obviously very wealthy. He was a king. But there is sort of a sense of dilapidation around a bit. What was your total?
22.
22. Okay. But that's what you noticed sort of around the place. Yes. I heard dice rolling. Was anything?
That was me. I'm just taking note of everything they're obviously saying.
Sure.
Distracting.
I don't know.
And Chauncey, is there anything you want to do?
No, he already doesn't trust
Okay.
whatever he's saying.
It's like, look, this is something you can all put to bed. I know that they're telling you there's some kind of conspiracy going on and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm corrupt. Oh, I was taking... It's all a bunch of nonsense. Just ignore the whole thing. The owlbear killed the guy's son. He never was able to get over it. You know, that's the end of the story.
Former king, what's your relationship with Wimbley?
I take issue with the word former, but in terms of Old Man Wembley, I would say he's nice, but he's, something of a nuisance, really. Always going on and on about, sightings and drumming up accusations that, there was some kind of cover-up.
What does he say that the cover-up is?
Oh, I don't know. It just... I
feel like as the great king that you are, you should know that, right?
He's just chatter, just rumors that get started.
Like
what? Actually, the thing is, it is tea time, and I have guests coming.
Oh, you have guests coming?
I have guests coming.
Are
Yes.
we the
Yes.
guests?
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
not.
walk up to
You're
him.
actually not the guests.
I want to walk up to him and then pull out my gear, weapons, my flintlock pistol, and just put it straight up.
What?
Everybody's gonna go.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Did you just put a gun into my side?
Well, not you.
Oh, okay. That I'm okay with.
Lundas is gonna fly up from Chauncey's crown. Whoa, everybody. Listen, I think we should just move on because can't you see how sad he is? I even offered him candy and he
It'd be
didn't
really sad
want
if he's
any.
dead, too.
Oh, I
Make an
like
intimidation
her.
check.
I like her.
What a twist.
That's an 18.
She's gonna take
So?
Mindy's job.
So 31.
He sees you, and he's just locked on you now, and then he feels the gun in his side, and he's like, "Look, I kept up my why are you doing this? Why is this some kind of a test thing? Because I kept up my end of the things, and it's all done. It's fine.
It's all
like,
done.
Kept up your end. What does that mean?
I push it in more.
I
pull out my gun and then go on the opposite side.
He's like, okay. Look, it's all fine. We just tell everybody that it was the owlbear and the owlbear's dead, and it's fine. I never told anybody about anything.
Oh, so it wasn't an owlbear.
Well, I mean, there was an owlbear, but you. Wait, do you not? What's happening?
Guys, we really should work on our communication style because it was my experience that in the past we usually like to talk things out with people.
I think talking's good.
So
Talking's good.
If there's something you want to say, now's the time to say it because clearly I can't really control my friends.
Look, look. Yes, okay. I'm sure. Did you all want the money back? Is that
Who paid you?
You did?
Heroic.
I mean, not you. Yes. You all.
Who is your contact?
Well, I mean, I would have to. I don't remember. I'd have to. Don't you all have records of this?
Where's your records?
You could go look at the ledgers. It's just. I think it was a guy. It was a guy. It was some old guy. Reginald. I
Can
think
we
was
just
the...
stop blanketing
I know him.
old guys? Like there's a couple times here where we've just been harping on old guys. That's not a bad thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's been a long day
you're
already.
doing so
I'll
good.
go ahead and start the tea.
Blood pressure.
You go grab the ledger.
I mean, the ledgers, those
It's
are
in the-
they're in the
yeah,
keep.
it's in the
Oh, it's here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we
Determine
gotta.
whether or not I trust what you're saying.
It would be perception.
Can I do that again?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh. 18?
18. He seems very scared. You can tell that much. Whether you trust him or not is a little difficult, but he seems to be, like, once the guns came out, he was, like, got real scared. And there's certainly a change in his demeanor. He seems kind of confused now and very scared.
Because you're just scaring him. This is kind of borderline bullying, and we had a whole class about that at Heroic Endeavors Incorporated, Chauncey. You remember that.
I feel like I missed that class.
They canceled it.
I think
Yeah, we both raised our hands.
I think we should check out some of the other leads.
We're gonna be back.
I mean, so just for my brain, so
Yes.
I know I did that whole old guy thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, from what I'm understanding, some sort of cover-up by our own organisation that we're now going to have to go look at his old records, which are now your records because
Yes.
you're the king for the time being. I'm not trying to be political, but I mean, no, you're king. Look, we'll talk about that later. But so you were saying that Heroic Endeavors, there was a money payment because maybe we couldn't figure it out, so we just said, let's call it an owlbear. And then,
No, but there was, listen, there were the sightings, and there was old man Wembley's son was killed,
right,
and I sent out for heroes,
right,
and when you all showed up, there was some kind of, I thought it was quite pleasant. You all said you would take care of the problem, and I would get some money, which was surprising because I thought we were going to have to pay a considerable amount to you. And then 2 days later, there's a dead owlbear, and I'm told my kingdom's safe, and I have a little bit more money in the coffers. And all I have to do is just make sure to maintain the story that it was an owlbear, which, I mean, seemed kind of weird, but I was happy to accept the money, and it seemed easy enough.
do we know anyone at Heroic Endeavors with a demon horse? Chauncey, I feel like you would know someone.
I don't think.
There's a lot of bears, but I don't think any
A lot of
horses.
bears.
I think Heroic Endeavors wasn't able to handle this situation, so they pulled themselves out, and in order to hush him, they gave him money.
Well, we could find this out if we just go talk to more people who've
Yes.
seen the creature.
I'm sorry. Yes.
I agree with it. Moon.
Let's go.
Like slowly pull my gun, put it back.
Sam.
Don't leave town.
Yeah.
It's my town, despite
No.
what this one says.
It-
It's mine. I am going to have that crown back someday, and I'm going to put it right back together and make it just as big as it was when it was on my head.
Nah, let's
Well,
way
if you're
back.
taking
Hey, would you-
deals from other people to keep things quiet and keeping your citizens in danger, maybe not the best choice to run a kingdom.
And I'm over here trying to solve it.
We're still trying to figure you
Okay.
out, but we should get
Okay.
going.
Bye, Mr. King.
Bye. Good riddance.
As we leave,
I
I'm just like
dust him off.
I'm kicking signs down in his yard. Like, "Oh," like,
That's illegal. That's illegal. That's private property. It's
No.
legal.
yeah, I made it. It is legal to kick signs in your yard.
And hey, no shoes on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Gah! Like reaches down and throws his shoes on the ground. Gah! Damn your decrees.
Also, no
Damn
more,
you.
Also, no more being depressed. You have to clean up your place.
You can't make me. You slams the door.
Okay. Which old man?
Whichever one's the closest.
Old man's closest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
okay.
do we keep blanketing it with old man?
His full name is
Jorm.
Old Man Wilbur.
Wilbur?
Jorm.
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 Jorm's the one that's been attacked.
John.
He's
No,
on the list.
Jorm.
Yeah, he's on the
Joel.
list. But
Joel.
the old man, he has like a wall with like strings going across the wall.
Well, then he probably has all the clues we need.
I mean, all right, we could go to him, but we shouldn't forget about Jorm.
Yeah.
Is he old
Also,
too?
John.
No, it's just
Jorm.
What classifies as old? I mean, I'm an elf, so.
Which way do we go?
I mean, it's
right there on the map.
Yeah.
You don't know the
It's-
directions of
There,
your
there is
town?
there is 2 roads that intersect. There's not a lot of places to
I land
go.
on Chauncey's head and grab his hair.
Are we reverse ratatouilleing this?
Reverse Ratatouille.
Wait, reverse? Isn't that just Ratatouille?
No.
Because he's the rat.
I chuck
Yeah.
a candy in his mouth too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, we go see the old man.
Okay. So that would be Old Man Wembley.
Yes.
He is actually.
That's his title.
That's just
what
what
do you-
people call him around here.
Man, Wembley.
He's actually living in a room with 3 other men who all clearly. They all like clear out when you arrive. Wembley is like shoving everybody out. Like, get out, get out! Oh, the king has come to see me. He's talking to me, and all of you get out of here. He sits you all down, and then he says, I am so glad that you've come to see me. I have so much to tell you. And it's good to finally have a leader who's taking these things very seriously. If you wouldn't mind helping me with this, he goes over. He says, would you go over to that cord there on the wall and pull it very hard, young
Yeah,
lady?
and I go and I do it.
When you do, there's this curtain that like sweeps aside, and there is a wall
God.
covered in old, stained, crumpled pieces of paper, crude drawings of some weird, like warty, horse-like beast. There's strings connecting various pictures. Some pieces of paper just have like names written on them. There's like a big map of the town. You can see all these red X's all over it. It says, so, the ghost mare. As you can see, I have a list of all the sightings over the last 5 years. But I found out that in my investigations, it actually goes back much further, about 10 years. It's just that my boy was the first one. It was the first time that there was an actual attack. So that was a.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Has there been anything about the attacks that have maybe linked all the people who have been attacked? Like, are they all walking out alone? Do they have something about them that maybe we could...
Very insightful, very insightful, young, tiny,
Named us Glowing Sparkle
yes, candy person.
Yeah.
Yes, the beast only attacks at night.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Is he usually
And
in the same?
it can move about, like the wind. It can just appear from nowhere, and it's sudden, and then it can disappear, and vanish after it attacks.
I can do that too. And I use my Fae little dust on me and I just disappear for a
Yes, it can. It's just like that. It
then I come
can.
back.
It can go through walls, and yes, that's yes.
What about the locations? Where, like, does it have a usual hunting ground or?
Well, there's a whole map, and he says, yes. Well, it seemed like most of the sightings were in the woods that are to the north of town, but there have been a few incidences lately. If you'll notice here, the latest one, he was actually in town borders. That's the nearest to the center of town that this beast has ever gone. It must be getting angrier and angrier.
What do you know about the Wood Switch?
Oh yes, she was one of the first people to sight the beast, and she says there was a secret society operating out in the woods, and that they were doing some kind of horrible dark magic that was making the beast angry, and that's why it was appearing more and more. It was yes. There's some kind of I don't recall exactly what she said it was, but either way,
Did you ever go out and look for them?
I'm just an old man.
As an old man, you've lived a long time, though, right? So you would probably know. So you
More of
probably
a shortcoming, my friend. Don't let your age. That's where you get wisdom. That's where you get.
exactly.
And in my wisdom, I decided to leave the hunting of the beast to other sorts.
But dark societies, any history of this town of being involved with some dark?
they'll tell you there's no such thing, but we know the truth. You should talk to Martella. She knows all about it.
Can I
As
roll?
is.
Can I roll occultism or the secret society?
Occultism. Yeah, sure. Why not?
I just did a basic perception. Do I recognize anything on this board as something that would give us a clue that maybe he doesn't know?
Sure. Yeah. You see, one of the most interesting pieces that catches your eye is there is this, like, on a chain, hanging on the wall. There is this. It's difficult to see what it is. At first, you think maybe like it's like a tooth or a piece of bone. You can't quite figure out what it is, but it is the most interesting thing. Like, it's like everything else is like some scribbles and drawings and things you can't make out. But this, you look at, and you're like, it's just like it's just hanging there, and you catches your eye.
Oh, excuse me, mister, what's this?
Oh, that. Yes, you. Well. Okay. So here's that. There is a piece taken from the beast itself. You see, when the heroes were hired, they came in and they killed the owlbear, right? Mm-hmm. And they were saying that it was an owlbear that killed my son. But that there is something I pulled from my son's own flesh.
Oh.
Can I do a nature check on it to see if it really does?
And I'm telling you that I saw those owlbear's claws through my own eyes, and I'm telling you it wasn't an owlbear that killed my boy. No, that there's no owlbear claw. 22. Yeah, you can see that it is a piece. It's keratin. It's like a horn. It's like a piece of a horn.
Do owlbears have horns?
No, they do not. No, they do not.
Well, this is very strange.
Yeah. I'll let you know that we're stumbling on a conspiracy.
Yes, finally, somebody in charge is taking the bait and getting to the bottom of it, and I cannot,
Wait,
we're going to get him.
bait.
Well,
That's old man for finally listening to me.
yes, finally listening to that.
Nowadays, it means like more of a, we're falling for something.
Yeah.
So I just thought,
No, it's good to be concerned. I was going to pull out my gun.
I'll do the same.
Maybe we don't do that. We should go talk to the Woods Witch because apparently she knows a lot about this magic that was making this beast angry.
She does. She's very wise. She knows all about the secret societies of the woods. You said you were asking me if I ever went out and explored. She has. She's been all through those woods. She knows them like the back of her hands. She could tell you if there was weird things going on in there. She'll know exactly where.
How big is the horn? Could Mundus carry it? Or no?
It's what you can tell is that you could carry it. Yeah, I mean it would be. I mean it's you just get this long, right?
That's like carrying like a vaulting stick.
But you can see it looks like a piece of a horn. And as you're looking at it, it says, "Oh yes." And the thing is that my boy was riddled with those things. I mean, they were all up and down his chest.
Whoa.
I mean, this wasn't some simple. Again, like I had. It's not like I have a lot of experience, but I saw the owlbear. I saw that thing's claws. We all got a good look at it when they dragged the body through town. The wounds, what killed my boy, there was something different. Something different, I tell you.
Can I roll a nature for a creature that I would have know has these horns everywhere? Because you're saying ghost horse, but
Yeah.
like that's not a horse if it's got horns.
It's a
Make a
unicorn.
nature check.
Natural 20
Hey!
plus 1333.
You are looking at this piece of horn, and at first you're thinking to yourself, okay, it'd be like this, almost the same similar substance to like a goat horn or something. But there are these weird striations in it, and you feel a chill because you've never seen anything like this, but you're fairly certain that the striations, there are streaks of a substance called alicorn in it, and alicorn is the powdered alchemical substance ground out of unicorn horns.
It is very unfortunate. Looks like there's alicorn right there.
Now, you got a natural 20, so I will also tell you, that a unicorn's horn would be pure alicorn.
Right.
This is not a unicorn's horn, but but there is no other creature that produces alicorn. Like it's a very unique substance. So somehow this is both definitely not a unicorn horn, but it almost absolutely has to be because there's no other way to get this stuff.
Is there a way? Now, I'm not a magical person, but is there a way to take ground up unicorn horn and use it in a spell to bring something to life?
I have lore unicorn.
Do we want to bring something back like this, though?
The one time I don't use it.
What?
Check my page.
I have
It says right there.
lore unicorn.
Wait, really?
Yes,
She
I was
genuinely
raised
has
by
unicorn
unicorns. What do I do?
You've had this the whole time?
Can I do that?
Yeah, make a unicorn lore check.
Yeah, my first time. No!
Use a hero point.
Hero boy!
God.
Oh no!
It is better.
It's a 20.
It's a 20.
Okay.
Here's what I can tell you. Looking at that, he says alicorn, and you know that alicorns, like you know that that substance is unicorn horn. You know that there are some people who tried to take it, which is a very heinous and evil act. It's horrible because you have to hurt the unicorns to do it. It's very bad. Raid!
It's the Dementors.
Thinking back to some of the things that you've been told, though, you're starting to get some weird feelings in your gut. They're saying that this beast can move about as it will. Now, unicorns do have the ability to walk through trees. They can move through trees, but they use trees as the medium to teleport around. So they don't just pop out of nowhere. They don't just disappear like you did. You do know that unicorns are also generally very good creatures. They avoid people who might have bad intentions, mostly because people who want to get their hands on unicorns usually don't have a great reason for doing so. But you've had good experiences with unicorns because you're pure-hearted and you just like candy.
I was raised by
but it's just I think that looking at what combining your two knowledges, you just get this sense that something really bad must have happened. Something very wrong is going on here.
I tell them all of that.
Yeah.
This is really, really bad.
Kai starts pacing around the room.
Okay.
So, theoretically, let's say unicorns are native, or they do come around here. Or this secret society that you were speaking of got their hands on a unicorn. Bad society, good unicorn. Manipulates unicorn, dark horse. Which would explain why that horn is not all is what it's meant to be.
Oh, that makes me feel sick.
I can help you with that if you need. Do you need something?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I can see we're really gonna get to the bottom of this. Finally, justice for my boy.
He's got to reach into his pocket and pull out like a little coin purse and slide 5 silvers to him. He's like, "This is for everything."
Oh no, Your Majesty,
no.
I couldn't. You're doing already so much for me.
It's fine. You have given us plenty of information. This is gonna stay here. I'm gonna walk away. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Jorm or the witch?
Witch.
I mean, Jorm's in town. If we don't want to have to double back, then be Jorm,
Then the witch.
Woods.
But I
So
feel
I'm
like we
guessing we're
got
gonna have
so
to go
much
to the wood.
information.
We did get a lot of information.
Yeah, but Jorm got attacked by it, so he is
seen
the
it
first.
firsthand.
Yeah.
We know what we know the alicorn.
But that was from 5 years ago. There may be something more new. Maybe it's manipulated more. Who knows?
What if we split it? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, let's do it.
Split up.
Yeah, let's see Jorm. I want to look him in the eyes and have him recount what happened.
I just watch Chauncey be kingly and like,
Thank you again.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be joining any of that Fibber Ronald's revolution. You have my support.
Thank you. If you could like step on some of his signs, I made it legal. That'd be great.
Not yet, I'll rip him right up.
Yeah. Okay. Lead the way, Hawk.
All right, got the map. It says Jorm.
I'm gonna be.
It's like
riding
right next
your
door.
shoulder.
We like literally go just not knocking on his door.
Yeah, so Jorm Keller has a small farm on the edge of town, and you see that he lives in a very simple log cabin near it. The cabin is covered in moss. The windows are blocked out by rotting hides, and a place that is marked by neglect and lazy construction that is certainly going to collapse on a long enough timeline. You go up to the door, the sort of like tilted on its hinges door, and you knock, and a man in simple clothing with bags under his eyes and mussed hair opens it up. He smiles at all of you. Hello! He notices you, Chauncey, and he's sort of like, gives you a bow. Like,
Thank you.
Your Majesty, to what do I owe this great honor?
Hello. I'm so sorry to bother you in this moment.
Not at all. You're the king. You get to do whatever you want.
I was told that you had an interaction with a creature.
Yeah. You talked to Wembley.
Yes.
Yeah. I was attacked.
Yes. I was just.
For the longest time, I thought he was absolutely off his rocker, but then the ghost Mare shows up and tries to kill me, and so hey.
Did it
I guess
try
I
to
was wrong.
shoot any piece of a horn at you?
Not that I can remember. It did have one. It had a horn and all these little like spines protruding all around it.
My friend, question for you. When's the last time you had a drink?
I understand. I get it, and I know the next question is: was I drinking heavily the night that I was attacked? Yes, but I remember what I saw. Okay, I remember it very clearly. The thing comes out of nowhere, sobers me right up because it smashes into the side of the cart, right? And I'm driving, coming back from the hard day of work at the market. I'm a working man, Yeah. It knocks me right off the cart, and I'm lying there, and it comes charging up to me, and I'm looking around. I'm thinking, this is it. It's going to trample me, or it's going to stab me with the horns on its head. And I'm like, this is it. I'm a goner. I'm reaching around. I grab something. Chuck it at it, right? Well, it was a jar of horseradish. I make horseradish paste and I sell that in town. So hits it right on the top of its head. Jar shatters. The beast goes absolutely crazy, wild, screaming, stomping around, and runs off. Saved my life.
So you
Saved my
fought a
life.
horse with horseradish.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
He reaches into a side pouch and he pulls out what looks like a clear fluid that's shimmering. Mm-hmm. He's like, I need you to hold on to this and really think about what happened. And I'm going to give him a potion of shared memories.
Okay.
So for you must hold the vial and focus on a particular memory for 1 minute. This memory must be a single event, location, person, or otherwise encompass the span of about a minute. I will drink it after, and then I want to see what he saw.
Okay.
This is one of the.
This is good stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the potions that I grabbed.
He takes the vial from you and he's like, okay, so I just think about it.
Just think
about it. And he does so, and everything gets really quiet. Concentrates really hard. You could see him like brow furrowed. He really gets into it, and he bottoms up, drinks it all. Or are you supposed to drink it?
Yeah, I was like, wait.
I was.
Oh, you were supposed to drink it. He just gives it back to you. I thought he was supposed to.
You just like chugs it.
Like, you can't use that one, James.
No.
You don't get that
I thought I had to drink it. You have to drink it. You got to drink it. He gives it back to you.
Evil
Yeah.
Jim.
Okay.
All right.
Hope I did a good job.
And so he takes it.
You take it. You have a sort of flashback. It's very vivid, very clear in your mind. You feel drunk. You smell the
booze.
scent of horseradish.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's very strong because behind you, you glance back in the sort of dreamlike state, and you can see there are several jars of it just lying there. And then when you look back towards your house, there you see the donkey that's pulling your cart, and then you hear this splintering crack, and you are thrown violently. When you stop tumbling, you see this huge horse. It has this dirty gray mane, and it is covered in these huge bulbous warts that almost seem to like ripple along its flesh. And you can see it has one long, like spiraled, curved horn, and several others like smaller nubs protruding from it. Give it like a Darth Maul vibe. And it is charging at you, and you're barely like you know the end is coming. Your hand grips something, and you just chuck it, and there is an intense smell of horseradish, and you can hear screaming. And then the last thing that you see in this memory is the horse runs into a massive oak tree, and then the vision ends.
I'm shaken from this and like composing myself, and I will explain everything that happened, and then look to Chauncey like he's 100% right, you guys. It's what he saw. It's this huge horse with several horns around it. It went through a giant oak tree. It just vanished. I can't describe it. It's like a palpable fear coming out of this that he still is trying to like fight with, and he's like, I can't. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this.
Could we buy some horseradish off of you? Because apparently, it hates that.
Yeah, sure.
I can do you one better. And he's gonna take a piece of paper. He's gonna write out. He goes, take this note to the carpenters. They're going to fix this for free.
Wow, that's incredible. That's amazing. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Of course, I can't have you living in a place like this after dealing with that. All I ask from you is that we can take a couple jars of horseradish.
Oh, take the whole stock, yeah.
Perfect. I am so sorry that you dealt with this. We will fix this.
You know, King Ronald never came to visit me like this. Does my heart good. Finally have a true king.
He's pretty great.
You know, there was a lot of talk about revolution, and I thought, maybe, but not anymore. Not anymore.
It's been happening.
No revolting against this guy, you know?
If you could go to the previous kings and just like step on his signs, I made it legal, so it's perfectly okay.
I'm gonna step all over those signs.
Excellent. He'll after having the conversation, I'll turn to you guys again. He's like, I think what we need to see the witch.
How many jars of horseradish do you want? Just take like however many you think you could reasonably have. Like he's got a whole stock of them, so.
I could carry your heart.
At least one each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take 2. 1 for throwing, 1 because,
Eating.
Yeah. It's
You get a roast beef sandwich. You gotta have some horseradish.
really cleans out the sinuses.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Where do you go next?
I am gonna need 6 drops of blood, though.
Okay, sure.
Perfect.
Chauncey, I thought you were done with that.
Done with what?
I know. I need it for the spell.
But do you need his blood?
No, like he like opens it up and there's a bunch of vials of blood. It's like I guess. Fine. Let's go see the witch.
Yeah.
He's like walking clink, like vials. So we start to make our way.
So you begin making your way even further outside of town.
I think as we're walking, I just turn like I don't know don't know how. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this, guys. I have never seen anything like this. Have you?
Have I?
Hawk's just like
Eating the horseradish.
straight out of the jar. I mean, I think if we've got this, which is clearly helpful,
Mm-hmm.
and then magic, I'd just shoot things like, you know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're very good at it.
Right,
You're
but
very
if
good
it's a
at it.
ghost,
I mean, but it hit him.
it's true.
And it has a horn. And there's a piece of it, so.
But do we think that he just thought it was a ghost because it went through a tree? Because
True.
unicorns can go through trees. I've seen it many times.
It could. I mean, I saw exactly what he saw.
Did it look like a ghost?
No, it looked like a giant, like grayish horse.
Yeah, that's really
With, like-
disturbing.
like
I've never seen that before.
Bulbous pus, like going down his body.
Are there any histories or like lore or studies of corrupted unicorns or
You could make
studies on them?
A lore unicorn check?
Lore unicorn check would be fine.
I don't want to steal your unicorn check.
Make a nature check if you want, I think, would be.
Are you sure about that, or you want to try? You want to guess on another? You sounded like you were bouncing between maybe something
What
else.
skill do you want to use? And we'll see if it fits at all.
Intimidation.
What about lore anatomy?
Yes,
Ooh.
absolutely.
So that's going to be 26.
26.
Nice.
So you keep hearing the words unicorn, and then you hear what he described, and you're trying to think about like from a scientific perspective. You have a medical background.
Indeed.
What's happening here? What could this be? It is possible. It is possible that perhaps this is some kind of diseased creature, some kind of aberration, some sort of mutated form of a creature is possible, but it's difficult without observing it or studying it any further. It's difficult to really determine anything. If it is a unicorn, perhaps it is some kind of subject to some kind of disease or
Yeah.
experiment or curse or mutation. There's also this whole thing about like some sort of secret society. Maybe they were doing something that harmed a creature and twisted it in some way.
Right.
It's possible. There's certainly plenty of stories of things like that. There are, in fact, I mean, at the mention of owlbears, that the most popular theory is that they were created by some idiot wizard who had nothing better to do with
Yeah.
his time than create some horrible, super hyper aggressive monstrosity.
Right.
You know.
So my question to you would be, are fae or unicorns like allergic to anything of this
Unicorn
realm?
weakness?
Or, yeah, like dire allergies
a
to?
lore unicorn check.
And you also said
26.
cults might have to deal with this. Can I do a lore cult to see if any fascination on like
I guess we're all
exotic
walking and
creatures?
talking.
Yeah.
That's a 15. It's not great.
They don't have any weaknesses that you're aware of, but you do know, I will say that you do know that unicorns are immune to poisons of any kind. You're not sure if that extends to like a disease or something like she was talking about, but you just know that you can't poison a unicorn. No matter how much candy you give them, they never get sick.
Never get sick or poisoned.
You had
It was a 15 for lore cult.
You
yeah.
can't think of any cults that would be connected to this in the region. But as you're walking, you, just because you actually lived this memory, feel sort of almost like a sickening sense of deja vu because you're like on the road that you saw in your
We're
mind.
like in the area.
And you look and you see the tree that the beast ran into, and there's something very, very wrong with that tree.
Oh.
But now that you're looking at this tree, you all can see there's this big, black, blighted spot right in the center of the trunk.
I would like to look at it more closely while rolling a nature check.
Would you indeed?
Yeah.
All right, so you walk right up to this tree, and as you're getting closer and closer, you can see that it is. There are these. First of all, without even a nature check, there's like it's almost like fuzzy in a way, like a mold, like a black mold that's growing on this tree. You can see the little like little mold hairs coming off of it. But go ahead and roll that nature check.
Did you roll the same day?
No, you
Yes,
didn't.
I did.
No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did. Yes, I did. I rolled a natural 20. Okay, wait, really quick. While we were on the air. Okay, so the last time I rolled a natural 20, right? I rolled a natural 20 while we were on the air. And then I was sitting here and I was like, I just threw my dice in there and I rolled a natural 20. Wait, oh, here, leave it there. I'll find you. No, I'll find you. Go back to the shot. I'll find it. So anyway, yeah, I'll do it. Go back. Boom, there it is. It's another natural 20.
Do not
I
believe
told Katie, I was like, I'm just gonna roll it the same way. Isn't that what it
That's
said?
exactly. And I was like, that never works.
Yeah, it worked.
Roll that same way every single time.
It's old man energy.
It's only.
So Jim, it's a natural 20.
I
Give him
think
everything.
Plus the 13.
one thing that's clear to me is that you're cheating.
Yes.
No!
But the second thing that's clear to me is that I'll honor this 20. All right, this supposed 20.
You're not my 20s now.
I'm gonna throw it the same way next time.
So the first thing that you can tell is that the blight that you're looking at is not a natural phenomenon. It doesn't match any other kind of disease that you know plants are subject to, or susceptible to, especially not trees. There is this sap leaking from what looks almost like a wound in the bark and into the flesh of the tree itself. And you can see that this weird sap-like substance isn't even from the tree itself. This is somehow like almost as if the tree was suppurating, which is not something that generally happens to trees. You can also see that it is very likely that this tree, like, it's probably like a fatal blight. Like, it's probably going to claim this tree before too long. And there's nothing that you can think of that might stop it.
This tree is not long for this world. It's got this blight and this sap that's not right. It's mold. I know basically everything about it. It's not good.
It doesn't look good.
How did it get there?
Well, I'm guessing from when the evil horse ran into it.
In your vision, would it?
Yeah. Well,
What-
I mean,
no, what-
but I didn't see that. It just ran through it.
Well, let me ask my question.
Sorry.
When, right before, in the vision, in the memory, did the horse, the tree that the horse ran into, was it gloopy like what it is now?
No, it was just this giant oak.
So it's contagious.
Or maybe whatever this thing touches dies.
Because it's corrupted. I mean, if a real unicorn travels through the trees like you said, that's a normal thing. But if it's like some sort of corrupted, abyssal-like unicorn, then maybe it's using that power is like not good.
I'm gonna grab a stick, sturdy stick, off the ground. Kind of just
Poke with the stick. The science stick.
the science stick poke. Yeah.
You start poking around in there. Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Ooh, rolling hot.
Yeah, that's another 31.
Another 31. There is a strange.
How good is the stick? Perception's on the stick.
There is a strange sponginess to the flesh of the wood that is not right. There's also a smell here. It's almost a chemical smell, which seems strange to you. Because like it doesn't have like a musty, moldy smell like you might expect just looking at it. There's almost like a sharp chemical odor coming from the sap. That is what you notice.
Well, maybe this witch would know something about it.
Yeah, we should find
Yeah.
that out.
He's gonna take out an empty vial. He's gonna hand it to you. Want to scoop some in there?
I take the vial.
All right, collect a sample. Make a medicine check.
Oh.
Let's see how well you do. Because I'm assuming you're trying
Constitution
not to get any
saving
of this
throw.
stuff on your skin when you do.
No.
You should have high medicine.
See, I would say
I do.
medicinal.
Why'd you have
will
like
give
a
good
1 in
chance.
medicine? You're not even a real doctor.
I'm not a real doctor, guys. Surprise. Oh God. Can I get a? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
There
Much
we go.
better. That's
There
a
we go.
19.
Okay.
So,
Plus.
you're gonna make me do math. 33. There we go.
You are able to collect a very sizable sample
I just
without
pull out
getting
latex
any of it on your skin or your clothing. Good job.
Sick.
You have some.
Yeah.
Wow, you were gonna kill her.
See? See? Put it on the
Hero
record.
points. Save players' lives.
For one small fee of your channel points, you zoom in. You can save you can save a PC today.
An angel. Hero points.
Hero points.
Yeah, I guess we keep. Well, I want to. Can I look at the other trees? Like, are there any other trees that are resembling?
Yeah,
this
even
kind
without
of
a check, you can tell that there's no, like, it doesn't seem to have spread anywhere else. It's specifically this tree.
Okay.
And it's very like center, like it's a big spot,
Yeah.
but it's very center, and like make a perception check for me, just to see how well you.
A 9.
9. Okay. I would just say it seems almost isolated in a way. Like it's this spot on this tree. Doesn't seem to have gotten, and no other plants show any other sign of any kind of contagion or blight or rot.
It's weird. It's like it's not spreading anywhere else. Let's go see the witch.
While we're walking, I just want to say out loud, sorry, that if it's not spreading, then it's probably not alive. It's probably not like a living organism or a disease
I mean,
or
it
creature, tiny creature.
It did this in less than 24 hours. So, I mean, it's spread to this big old tree relatively quickly.
Maybe this is the only tree that it can enter and exit from.
It's spongy.
I mean, it's a good question for a witch.
I mean, I am one. I don't know.
How about another witch? There's a second witch we could ask.
We're walking. We're walking to
Yeah.
the witch.
Okay. You make your way, and you get to. I wrote down thing.
A hut in the woods.
Are we
It
gonna be
magically
attacked?
disappears, and
Are there
everything is
chicken
filled with
legs that
sunshine, love, and happiness.
stand
We
up this hut?
saved the day.
So, exactly. Myrtella, as I mentioned, she lives a little bit outside of Hallervanger, so you have to take a little bit of a walk to get there. And I will mention, you had a full day of audiences. So you started this little journey pretty late, and the sun is getting real low on the horizon by the time you make it to Myrtella's hut. And as you're looking at this hut, you can see that it seems to almost lean ever so slightly to the west. There's an iron fence that surrounds her property, and it has that same exact tilt, just everything slightly
Does
to
it
the
have
west.
chicken legs?
Should get the carpenters over here.
And even the dried herbs that are hanging from the roof of her porch hang with like this perfect little tilt. Even though everything is built on
Flat ground.
flat ground.
Interesting.
But beyond the gate, there's a small cobblestone path that takes you right up to the house. And to your left, there's a vegetable garden. And there's a scarecrow that looms over the patch. Its raggedy clothing is shifting as though there's a breeze, though you don't feel one.
What is she growing?
I don't like that.
Carrots and cabbages and rosemary. And also something else that you can't quite place. There's a weird bush that has these almost black leaves, except that running like right down the middle of the leaf are these like red stripes of color.
Interesting.
Okay, who's gonna go knock on the door?
Probably the king.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Because
fine.
I could do it, but
No, it's okay. I'll open up the.
Open up the door.
I want to detect magic.
You detect the presence of magic.
Oh, I don't like that.
you could just shout loudly.
Okay. I did miss you. I'll admit that. I'll admit
I
that.
missed you too, best friend.
Hey!
As a king, don't you have like your followers kind of do that for
No,
you?
but they
or-
don't need to do that.
I
Like
can
I
do
can
it.
do it myself. It's so easy. Like why would I
can do
why
it.
would I put
Hear
that?
ye, hear ye.
Okay.
The king is outside of your door.
Okay, she is now the town crier.
The door opens at the proclamation, and you see a short human woman in her 30s. She's wearing a black dress with a royal purple shawl that's draped over her shoulders. She very calmly starts walking down the path towards you, standing just outside of her gate.
You see Chauncey like take off his hat and he's like
It's a
fixing his
So she
ears.
does a little curtsy
It's a hat
at you.
crown.
Do I go flying off your
She does a little curtsy at you, Chauncey, but you can see there's almost it's almost a little bit sarcastic. And perched on her shoulder is this big black scorpion. And as she's looking at all of you, like it's like clacks its pinchers at you, and it raises its stinger tail, and she just sort of turns to it. And she says, "Oh, hush, baby, that's the king."
Please tell me it bows. Does it bow? The tail.
Just, don't mind him. He's all show. How can I help you, Your Majesty?
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us real fast.
Oh, a visit from the king. What an honor.
I don't detect any sarcasm in that voice.
Why would you?
You see, like Chauncey blush a little bit. He definitely has like some weird attraction to this witch. He was like, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's very valuable. We are searching for the ghost mare.
Mare.
That's what I said. The ghost mare.
It's a mare.
Mare.
It's basically this horrible turned bad unicorn.
You gotta stop talking about your mom like that.
I know about the ghost mare.
Yeah.
I've seen it many times, even since before it took Drexel Wembley's son. It favors the night, so we should probably go inside, don't you think?
Yeah. You're like.
Perception check for if I'm gonna get eaten. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work.
You didn't throw it the same way. You didn't throw it the same way.
No. I won't use that yet because we might be eaten soon.
Okay.
So I'll just take my 17.
Okay. You don't get the sense that like there's nothing nefarious in her tone. She's definitely a little like she's very amused in a way that she definitely considers herself the smartest person currently at the on the premises, but she don't get a nefarious intentions.
I'm not gonna get eaten. Cool.
But she offers you to come inside, and she I'll put some tea on. Please, you wanted to talk about the ghost mare, didn't you?
Yes, I saw it through a shared memory.
So you know of this tortured beast's pain, do you?
I don't know how to describe it. It's something I've never seen before, and
It's an angry spirit, that much I know.
You said it was torture?
Yes, I believe that its wrath was aroused by defilers of the land. Defilers that have gone, but their damage remains.
Who are
The
they?
beast is not satisfied. Oh, I think we all know who they are, don't we?
yes.
No.
They sweep in,
No.
take what they want from the land, hurt whomever they need to hurt.
Is it the heroic endeavors?
Is it us?
Is it us?
Is it you?
No, I mean
no,
not
me.
us.
Yeah,
us,
no,
but
like is it the organization?
is it heroic endeavors?
Like, because we're finding out about a conspiracy to
Yeah.
like throw this under the rug and say it was an owl bear that was directly used by heroic endeavors.
I have no doubt they're up to some shady business.
Maybe you don't think they're the ones directly involved.
Who can say? But I
Who
wouldn't
are
put it
they
past
that you're referring to?
the people behind it all. You
So
know.
I start to lift my
let's just
I
say,
like grab her. I was like, no.
we clearly all know, but like, let's just say there's someone in the room who like didn't want to say they didn't know. So like, maybe just say it so that person, we don't have to embarrass anyone.
We can all say it.
I'll say it.
three.
I don't know.
Yeah, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Swamp people.
Dave.
Guys, I still don't know. I'll say it openly. I don't know.
You know, I can do you one better. I found their lair. Yes, when I was out in the woods. Oh, they're not there anymore. They cleared out. Now that they've gotten what they wanted.
And what did they want?
Why? To take. They're the takers.
Of land?
My dear. Of everything. They
Then-
take and they take and they take.
Well, then why'd they leave?
Because they got what they wanted. Or perhaps the
What
beast
was it?
drove them off. Perhaps they took from something they could not handle. And
What
now
did they
they've simply
want?
Gone. Everything.
I mean, there's plenty of things of value in nature itself. If they were somehow mining, they could have found precious metals. If they found some sort of rare plant that's used for magical potions and such,
Well, unicorns are pretty rare in and of themselves.
if they found those,
Where's this lair?
I will take you there. If you would like to go.
Well, I didn't say that necessarily.
I want to go.
we should
Yeah.
probably,
yeah,
mean,
we
that's
should.
part of the
We
job.
should. Yeah, we should go.
Wait, why is going to the lair
Badge.
of people that aren't there anymore? Why do we need to go there when we're
Because
looking
that's
for?
our job. That's
Hawk,
what we do.
this is why. This is why you're.
I had
It's
to
almost
learn.
it's almost nighttime, right? So
Yeah.
the thing we're trying to hunt down, the thing we're trying to kill, is going to be out hunting anyway. So he's
Which
probably
is-
not going to be in a lair that he was, or she, or they were being tortured by.
Maybe. Also, if it is nighttime and they're out there and they come upon us, then we can try to make it better, and so that way it stops attacking people.
Yeah, or kill it.
Or kill it. So we
make
need
it
to be out
better.
hunting it, not going in a lair.
I know, but like, what if it goes to the lair at night because it's angry at the last location that it was tortured?
Also,
I'm
we
gonna
don't know how to
pull-
stop it.
I'm
And
gonna
maybe
pull
the lair
Chauncey
will teach
aside.
us.
Really? Look, how much do you know about this witch? Like, she's out here, she's in the woods. This is basic fairy tale stuff here.
Yeah,
do we trust
yeah,
her?
she's super beautiful and smart and it's like everyone wants to be with her, but no one
looking
wants.
at the same thing that I'm looking at, like the same person.
Yeah, you don't see it. You don't see it.
It's very suspicious that she's not giving us all the information. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but don't you
Like you
that-
did the same thing to me earlier, and it was very suspicious because you were hiding something. Who's to say that she's not doing the same
I
thing?
wasn't hiding. But like when she does it, it's like mysterious, and that's what makes me more drawn to it.
And dangerous. It feels dangerous, right?
I mean, she wouldn't do that to us. Like completely blocks her out. Yes.
I'm standing next to the door.
We would love your company. To show us the lair.
I want to also do a scan of the room,
Sure. Perception check.
looking for anything nefarious.
We're just in a beautiful lady's home.
Can I just be throwing like little candies at her scorpion in hopes that he just like catches them in his
Yeah.
claws?
Make a nature check.
Don't you laugh.
What was I? Just
I'm
perception?
entertaining myself.
Yeah.
28.
They're telling
28?
secrets.
You see all kinds of weird.
I'm
I'm
looking
just
for
gonna say
cult.
spooky stuff, but it's definitely like there's animal skulls and dried up powders and
Everyone has
spiders in jars and you were about to say you were looking for something specific.
Cultish, unicorn related. What was this? What was the dust? in the-
Alicorn?
Alicorn.
Horseradish.
The sample.
Well, I don't trust her right now.
I'm still. Let me do my perception before I do that.
You don't. There's lots of things that you would describe as cultish, but it's difficult to tell if that's just kind of like her vibe. But you do spot that around her neck, she is wearing a piece of the same. It looks almost identical to the shard that Moondust, Glitter, Violet, Sparkle Wishes has.
You've had an encounter with this creature? Had an encounter with this creature?
Not directly. I've never seen it specifically.
Have you encountered any aftermaths of?
Oh, I've seen where it goes. Have you seen the trees? The ones rot?
I'll pull out the vial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would do well to keep that in its jar.
What would you say
what
about
did you
the?
roll? Just real quick. What did you roll?
25.
25. Okay. You toss a piece of candy, and at first the scorpion doesn't seem to like understand the concept of the game, but after like the third piece, it actually like you basically have a lifesaver that it spears through the center on its stinger.
That's awesome.
And now it's just like trying to shake it off.
So what would you say about the piece around your neck?
This was something that it was a gift from Mr. Wembley. I helped show him what really happened to his son. And as a gift, he gave me this.
Do I believe her?
Make a perception check.
Nah, I feel like this is a part roll though. I'll take it. It's a 18.
You do believe her.
I didn't want to believe her.
Huh?
It's a pretty good roll.
Yeah. I've done better.
Are we all happy questioning this nice lady?
Yeah, I want to see this lair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, sure.
Do you want to pull out your gun? Would that make you feel better?
I have it.
Oh, you already have it out.
No, it's still in there. But what I will do while we are walking is start dipping my bullets in the horseradish.
Bullets with horseradish. Okay.
I just drop them in there.
Yeah.
I see her do this, and I like grab a few arrows, and I just like coat the tip in the half-eaten jar of horseradish that I have.
Yeah.
Clink,
back-
clink, 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 clink.
You guys
them
are
back in
so
my quiver.
afraid.
I was
Let's
like,
go to the lair.
Imagine if this demonic being was weakness was horseradish.
I mean,
That's totally in the Dark Archive.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is-
on the way out, can I do a nature check on those black leaves?
The plant, yeah. Go ahead.
Because I don't think you told us what it was.
Oh, with the
did.
red stripe down the middle?
Yeah. Ooh, 19 on the die plus 9. So 30, right?
28?
No, 28. 9. 28, yep.
You know that this is a very, very dangerous and deadly plant. But when processed properly, you've heard some people make candy from it that makes them feel really funny for a long time afterwards. But you don't know how to make the candy.
What's it
And
called?
you never had the candy.
What's the
but-
candy called, Jim?
But you mostly stay away from the plant because you know it's very dangerous and you don't know how to cook it right.
What's the name of the candy?
I don't know the name of the candy.
Okay, well, fine. I'll make up a name of the candy.
That sounds
then.
good. Kit Kats. It's Kit Kats. Tweezers, Peasers.
Oh, I noticed that you have a plant in your garden, and I've only heard of this kind of candy before, but I think that it's made with this. They're called Reezers, Peasers, and I've always really wanted to try them. Is that what you make with them? How come you grow them here?
Well, that's not what we call it here. But I imagine where you're from. That's the exact name of it.
Well, what do you call it then?
Call it.
I didn't know it was gonna happen.
I don't know why I'm having. I'm just completely stumped. I don't know. I don't know why I can't think of a thing. They call it red leaf.
Boom! Try again. Use a hero point.
Red hot.
Red Hots.
Red hots.
Stop drilling down on this one. Go do something else.
You led me to candy.
I don't know why that one's sticking me so bad. I cannot think of a thing. I tried so hard.
That's our show, everyone.
That's it. We
Jim's
gotta
been
quit.
broken.
I'm done.
We're not doing-
I'll give Katie a hero point. Here.
Yeah!
A special hero point.
For
But
breaking
you can't ask me
Jim.
any more questions about the drugs.
Drugs?
Yes, it's obviously drugs. That's what I'm talking about.
It was candy.
Obviously, I'm talking about
called-
it in
they're
terms
called
that Glitter finally
roofers.
would understand.
Roofers?
So what's next, guys? What do you do?
Where she's leading us to the cave.
The cave.
Wait, did any of us drink any of the tea?
Did you?
No.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, that's very rude. She's probably kind of
I
missed.
probably did.
It's very it's delightful tea.
I'll get 10 temporary hit points.
She used the Reese's Feasers.
Oh my gosh.
If you did drink the tea, it was delicious, and there are no weird effects. She's not, as far as you can tell, attempting to kill or poison anybody at this time.
Excellent.
Great.
If only I knew what that plant was called.
To the lair!
To the lair. She leads you through the woods, and I would like everybody to make either survival or perception checks, whichever you like better.
It's the same.
It's the same number. Do you want us to declare which it is? Or is there a difference between?
It shouldn't matter if they're both the same,
Or perception?
or nature, whichever
Oh,
one you want.
okay.
18.
14.
29.
I'm 12.
12. It's getting very dark, especially once you get into the trees. What little light there was just sort of gone. So first question is light source. Is anybody using one? Or are you just going to try to let your eyes adjust and go by moonlight?
I have dark vision.
Dark
I have
vision.
low light.
Low light vision. You're okay for now.
Okay.
I have dark vision.
Dark vision. So it's really just Hawk. That's the question.
You want to hold our hands?
I mean,
I think I have.
I would probably just light a torch.
Light a torch. That's fine. That's all I'm curious about. You light a torch, and as you're walking along, for a while, everything's very quiet. It's a very nice, pleasant night out in the woods. But as you go further and further, you actually spot a few more of those trees with these big patches of blight. Some of them, almost the entire trunk has been sort of consumed by this sort of mold that is growing and spreading across the trees. But again, each individual tree that you see that has this is isolated. It's not like going around to trees around it.
Yeah.
You'll see like one tree, and then 20 minutes later, you'll see another one that's blighted. There is like one spot where you see a few of them together, but they're even where they're together, they're sort of like in eye line, like they're separated. Doesn't seem to be contagious amongst the plants individually. But the further along you go, the more and more frequent they are becoming. And then eventually Myrtella stops and she points ahead. And in the distance, not that distant, but through the trees, you can see the hulk of an overgrown building of some kind. Just there. That's their temple, their space where they came to take.
Oh, like a temple. So that could be worse.
Just looking at it, it looks like a very blocky like, your first thought is almost like, not warehouse, because it's not that big. It's not like that tall vaulted warehouse thing, but it's just like a rectangular, squat, like ugly building. Like when she says temple, like you're thinking, no, that's like,
Okay.
it's just some, like you would expect there to be like
Some random.
just like, yeah. It's a big
storehouse or
building.
something.
Like it is a big building. Think almost like strip mall sized.
How far away from like? How far have we walked from town? Like, how many minutes?
Rolling over your survival check from earlier, you would guess that you're probably a total of about 5 miles away, but you're really deep in the woods, and it's very likely that most people from Halgaronger wouldn't have like gone this deep in unless they were like a hunter. Or obviously Martella, who does a lot of like just walking through the woods and probably collecting herbs and stuff. Like it's very likely most people from Halgaronger don't go this deep into the woods, especially if there are occasionally dangerous creatures. Like they claim that for whatever reason there was an owlbear here at some point. So like, you know, it's very likely that people would stay away from this kind of an area.
Shall we go in?
Fine by me. We need answers.
Yeah.
But everyone watch where they step.
Are you coming?
No, I won't enter that space. It has bad energy.
As opposed to what are you usually? Energy. Vibe. What's your vibe?
What are you trying to say?
Your house is
I
crooked.
mean, yeah. Your house is creepy.
Is that
It's
a
a little
structural
creepy.
thing or
A little
like
creepy.
wind tunnel?
I don't have to answer to you.
That's true.
She like turns and spins. And starts walking away.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
What a woman.
I would like to do a perception check just for any. I want to use whisper. One of my. I can hear things really well.
Yeah.
So maybe not in this instance, people talking, but the slightest whispers of sound in a 60-foot. You can use the seek action to sense undetected creatures in a 60-foot cone instead of a 30-foot cone. So just like any crunches of leaves, branches, maybe something's watching us, or like a horse like breathing. I don't know.
Like a ghost mare? Like
ghost mare,
Like I just like I cast
hanging
detect a
out.
ghost mare.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Just like a ghostly whinny.
Oh.
But I gain +2 circumstance bonus to locate undetected, so it doesn't really help anyway. So okay. So that's gonna be. It was perception.
Yeah.
19.
19. You can hear the wind through the branches. You hear the occasional cry of some night bird out in nowhere, but you don't hear anything else closer. You get this sense of like profound loneliness and abandonment from the building. Like you don't see any movement, you don't see any lights inside. There's like
Quietness, not the feeling. Like,
right.
Someone feels
You
abandoned.
sense as you're like just looking at it, all of you can see like there's you can see there's like a broken out window and like there's some ivy that is like grown through the bars of the window itself. Like it's just this whole place has been very clearly left to rot out in the woods.
Okay.
King, after you.
Well, let's go in. And I'll take
You walk
turn.
up to this sort of very heavy rusty metal door.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going up to it, you can see that it used to be painted with some kind of design or something that is really faded and almost completely gone. You just know that at some point there was something here. You grab the door and you can just you can tell you'll be able to open it, but even just the slightest movement and it starts to like that metal scream of the hinges. It's going to be incredibly loud, but you can't open it.
Do you guys want to try to find another way? Or
there
should we
windows?
let anyone know?
There are. It looks like they have bars on them, but there's some broken windows. You could actually probably squiggle through them if you wanted to.
Can I look in first?
No. You have to go into that. No, you can,
I go in, Jim.
you can look first. Yeah, you said you have dark vision, so you go up, you basically just like hang on one of the bars and you're looking through. And inside you can see this room. There's piles of leaves across the floor. It is completely empty. Like no even like old broken furniture or anything. Like this place was cleared out. There are, however, on the ground, like there's some detritus, there's like, and you can see like some like leaves and branches and maybe like some old crumpled up pieces of paper.
All right, so I'm just gonna yell down, guys, it looks completely empty to me.
I mean,
yelled
yeah,
that?
she yelled.
Cool.
So I could just
open
open
the door.
the door.
It is over now, just, yeah. The door screams open, revealing just what I described, this old room. There are two like hallways that come off of this room.
Mm-hmm.
One of them looks like it's been completely collapsed, but the one on the left wall, you could presumably go deeper in. Again, there's just nothing in here. So, as like the wind blows through, and you can see like the leaves and paper all like swirling on the ground, and then it all just sort of settles.
Okay. Let's go in deeper.
I mean, I've got my torch.
Yeah.
Probably stick with you since the darker it gets harder for me to see.
Yeah, I'll be front because I have dark vision, and I'll just like be cursory scanning, seeing if I notice anything. that
Sure.
might be
And I'll land on Chauncey's shoulder.
You're on Chauncey's shoulder. He's up front, so you both can see pretty clearly. You're in the back with the torch.
I'll be
Kai.
before we go in walking order. I just want to tap him and cast guidance since he's in the front.
Oh.
+1 bonus to a skill check if you want to use it. Good stuff.
I don't want to use. No, I'm kidding.
Fine, I'll take it back.
Unguided.
Unguided.
Led astray.
So you walk in and you're moving through and you're moving very cautiously. And Hawk, you step on one of these pieces of paper and you look down and you can actually see that it actually has like it's old and faded, but like there's like a header on it. And all you see is just 4 letters: S, W, T, C. And anything else that would be on the paper is looking rather damaged. Oh, hero point.
Boy!
Did you say C or Z?
SWTC.
Anyone? Switka? Anyone? Does that
You
mean
can make a
anything?
society check if you wanted to.
That's an 8. Nathan just figured it out. Hawk didn't.
I don't know nothing. Anybody can do like if you're sharing this information, anybody can attempt to check if they would like.
Ooh, 29.
29. Okay. You know that SWTC is most commonly the acronyms for one of the largest conglomerates in the known world, which is the Swift Winds Trading Company.
I knew it.
The Swift Winds Trading Company, in fact, you all know, is the parent company of Heroic Endeavors Incorporated.
Oh my god.
He's literally wearing the shirt.
I forgot about that part.
Oh my god.
Did you plan this?
I planned the whole thing, except the name of the candy. That's the only thing I didn't plan.
I will like whip my head and like look her directly in the eyes. I'm like, what is going on?
Kai is shaking. I frantically looking through their
Sure.
books. I don't know.
Why is our parent company here? Why are they doing this?
Look, I'm just contracted out. I don't, just like the rest of you guys, I'm not a high in rank. I don't know anything. I know as much as you guys know about how deep this thing goes. I was just here to check up on you. Like,
Well, Good to know I'm not the worst thing here.
Wait, so what is the piece of paper, or
Who's the worst thing here?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Well, now that's the king. That's the king.
No, I don't do that.
No, it's our own people. It's our people doing this.
Well, I mean, they were the ones who apparently paid off the old king to say that something went away.
Yeah, but I just thought they couldn't handle it. Not that they were the cause of it.
Like, why would our parent company want to cause more damage? Especially if we're not even getting paid. Like, I would understand if, like, they send contracted heroes to go and beat a easy thing and then get paid to do the easy thing, like cheating, essentially. But, like,
What if they're creating the things they send us on? What if?
But they didn't. They left it. They brought back an owlbear.
Only because I
feel like it's just, it has nothing to do with heroic endeavors. Like, possibly it eventually did because we were brought in, but I feel like it was just a big corporation trying to gain some sort of power, and then everything went awry and they had to cover it up.
Is there any type of gain for the harvesting of
Well,
fey creatures or
That's,
unicorns?
I don't really understand this because I get paid in candy, but a lot of people like those big round shiny gold things.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would assume that if they started to not have as many big round gold shiny gold things, then they'd want more of that. And sometimes the dark, scary versions of things and rare commodities can be expensive.
Yeah.
So maybe they just needed more big round gold shiny things.
But we're giving money away.
What? But my thing is, what? Yeah, like, I kind of want to keep going through this building because why is such a big corporation just hidden this giant building in the woods close to a town? But I mean, only the witch seemed to know about it.
Why did they leave?
Called it a lair, not a storehouse, not a business front, a lair. There's bars on the windows.
I'm gonna take Hawk to the side real fast. I'm like, Hawk, when we were in the dodgeball game, remember how the devil said that they were going to use this town as like the central area? Like, is there some kind of residual magic that the trading company is trying to tap into? Like, why here, out of all places, would the devil be interested in it? And then at the same time, the trading company, these things are not just coincidence.
I peer up behind them. So you're saying
Oh, Jesus.
because I used a whisper.
My heart? Okay. Yes. So during the altercation, the devil said that they were going to use the town as a type of portal to be able to start here and slowly take over the world.
Which could be why Heroic Endeavors is so invested even in your kingship. Because Swiftwind's trading company now could gain control of the entire area just because you're king.
Or they don't want you fishing around. They want someone more on the inside.
Who's dumb?
Swiftwind's trading company.
No, who's dumb? Like,
Oh,
they
Lord.
want someone who is dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Who makes laws like you can't wear shoes on Tuesday or you can't fall in love.
That would be.
You made that.
No,
that was wrong.
the previous king. He you can love, it was
That
illegal.
might have just have been to get us arrested.
No, I didn't fall in love for no reason.
Anyway. So
I think we need to go deeper.
I'll grab the flyer and I'll add it to the propaganda signs and other pieces of evidence I've collected.
Okay. Yeah. Take it with you.
Yeah,
see.
start going in deeper.
You go deeper into the building. and you soon you're traveling down this wide hallway. It's very all of the spaces, like all the doorways, the hallways, everything's very wide. You could easily walk 2, maybe even 3 abreast if you wanted to. But you can see that up ahead there is this sort of double swinging door, and you get right up to it.
Why are you looking at me?
And
No.
because you're sitting there on Chauncey's head, curious what you want to do. You get right up to this door, and there are these 2 like portholes through the door, so you can actually see into the next room. And since you're perched up on top of Chauncey's head, you have you're literally right in front of him.
Moon dust, I'm too short. What do you see?
He's lining me up for it. I look through.
It's kind of dusty, so you gotta wipe it off.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I do it.
And you're looking into, it reminds you of like a big open stable. It's hard packed dirt ground, and this like track around the outside, but then there's all these big cages in the room along one wall. And then right in the middle of the room, there's this weird, there's this big iron pole that goes from the ceiling to the floor. And you can see some maybe ropes or chain or something dangling from the pole. And then around the pole, there are some smaller stakes that aren't nearly as big, just stakes in the ground and more chains on the ground. Make a perception check.
Ooh, 16 plus 9.
Okay.
25.
25, looking in there. You also begin to hear something. It's very distant. Maybe it's just the wind through the window or something. There's also this low, moaning sound coming from somewhere.
In the room?
It's tough to tell.
You guys, so inside there's a lot of cages, and there's also, it looks like a stable, and if this was a trading company that was here, maybe they were trying to trade all these really scary monsters or something. Maybe the owlbear did come from here, but I think that scary thing might be in there.
On our way to this point, were there any blight spots within the facility? Does it seem like there could have been a outbreak or not an outbreak, a breakout of some sort, possibly scratch marks, hooves, what have you?
Make a perception or survival.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You have noticed, actually, one of the walls, as you were, in the hallway, as you were walking down, you saw this patch of wall that looked maybe almost like if somebody had shot it with a shotgun.
Like a buckshot?
Yeah, buckshot. Like a spread out, deep gouges in the wall, deep penetrating holes in there, but scattered and not very uniform. Not like claw scrapes. No, definitely more like a scatter shot kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any of that fungi inside that I can see? The moss?
For with your vantage, you're just looking through this little portal, you're trying to get. It's a really big room. So you seem kind of with your current vantage, there might be spaces in the room you can't quite see, but you don't otherwise know. Yeah.
I start scooping my bullets out and start
Loading the gun. Shall we go in?
I'm ready.
Okay. Chauncey will pull out his gun as well.
Everybody's got the gun. You pull out your gun, Moondust.
I have a blow dart.
Chauncey's got a...
Run
Can I actually ready a spell?
It gets weird with readying.
Okay.
So so you use 2 actions to ready a single action thing. Most spells are 2 actions, so I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know how the readying works.
I can cast this spell as a 1 action.
Okay, then you know what? Yes,
Cool.
you can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not in front. You're not gonna hit me with anything, right? You're not casting.
Oh wait,
on
I
your
don't.
head.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
yes, I'm ready. Yes.
What do you guys do?
I open the door.
You open the door. It swings open, and immediately you're hit by this intense, acrid chemical smell.
The same
As
kind
you-
of.
As you peek into the room, you can see that on the far end of this room, there is this tree that has grown up through the dirt floor up into the ceiling, and it is covered in this black blight. What do you do?
So we're right near the door.
Yeah.
We got the tree there. It's kind of like a giant rectangle room.
It's a big rectangular room. The tree, like you're basically like on this side of the rectangle, and the tree's way down here on the other end.
About how far away is the tree?
I mean, it would be 100 feet maybe?
Okay. So just because like we're in a pitch dark room
Yeah.
and Hawk uses a bow, so
Yeah.
that's a two-handed thing.
Yeah.
So he's gonna kind of like toss the torch ahead of him about like 10 feet, so that's still burning on the ground,
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
casting a light. And he's gonna kind of like keep his back to a wall and just like pull out an arrow
Yeah.
with horseradish on it.
Horseradish on it.
So you had said that there was like a chain in the center that was kind of
Yeah,
moving.
so there's this
and
big
then-
pole, and attached to that pole, like there, you can see this dangling chain. It's a big, thick, broken length of chain that is just like swinging there. Yeah,
But it's broken.
it's broken. Yeah, you can. And now that you're looking, and Hawk throws the light, and like you had dark vision, but I'm just saying you can see more now. Those stakes that are on the ground, there's like 4 of them in sort of like a rectangular pattern, and some of them are like more smaller, broken lengths of chain, but 2 of them you can see actually are like complete, and they end in these like thick manacles at the end of them.
So right where those manacles are, I just want to throw some dancing lights.
Okay. Yeah. What color are they?
Oh, they are an iridescent, purpley pink, and almost like this like opaque, like pearlescent color.
They spring up into being, and they are swirling around this pole, and you can see, they're casting light everywhere.
Should we set the tree on fire?
He says that. I just cast approximate. DM, let me know how much I could get away with this. The object I'm looking at is this stable. I would like to approximate how many dangerous ghost horse mares are there.
Ghost Maz.
Ghost mice.
You're just saying, I would like to approximate. So what do you actually like? What are you doing? What is
So
the description?
the description is
Is it a spell that you're casting? Or?
it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Detection.
Yeah.
Name a particular object you're looking for within an area.
Yeah.
Horse mare.
So objects specifically are not creatures.
Damn it. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Horns.
No. Parts of creatures are not objects either.
Fine. Never mind.
If we light the tree on fire, we might be trapping that thing in here with us, or we might be keeping it from coming back in here because
Now that you are looking,
Oh no.
and your lights are swirling around, you can see that there's this like pile of like sticks near the pole, and every time the light like swirls around the pole, it's like reflecting off something metal in this pile of sticks. You can see it like ding, ding, ding every time it goes around.
there's something over there. It looks like it's metal.
Can I mage hand?
Can I move my dancing lights over there?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty close to
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah. The only reason you can't get a clear view of it is because it's
Leaves?
because it's just like under some stuff.
Mage hand?
Yeah, sure. You mage hand it. It comes out. There's this weird. It's almost like this broken, like boxy metal thing, and you mage hand it over. And when you have it in your hand, it looks some kind of broken device. And inside, there is this like flat red gem.
Can I do any kind of check for that?
Arcana would be fine. Craft would be fine.
Oh yes. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Hero point!
And you have guidance.
Ooh, 17 plus 12 plus 1, 30.
30. You know that the gem is a recording gem. It is often put into clockwork spies that can be used to like record what they see and hear.
This is
This one isn't in a clockwork spy, it's in just some sort of like device that would probably be able to either record or play back the thing, but it looks like it's broken.
Okay.
You would have to fix it up.
Does it? I'm gonna turn to the group. I'm like, does anyone have any idea? It seems like this is a recorder box. I think there's something on this gem.
I mean, I'm not very magical, but
Are you crafty?
I'm okay at crafting.
Okay.
Want me to take a crack at it?
Yeah. Can I aid you? Can I?
Yeah.
Sweet. Why don't we all help out, guys? All together.
Y'all start holding it.
Yeah.
All rolling, all of us?
I aid.
Hero point!
Hero point.
I have mending.
Ooh.
That's much better. Wait, we might need that, but maybe not.
It
Okay.
takes a long time.
I aid. So is it 2?
+1 if you aid.
Cool.
Unless you critically succeed, which would be a 30.
No, I hit 22.
I only got an 11 if we're doing this thing.
I got a 15.
15. So +1 from Chauncey. Nobody else is able to really.
So then it's a total of 30.
Oh, 30. Only a 30.
Wow.
You managed to sort of like pop this thing's bits and bobs back together enough that you think you could probably play back whatever's on the recording gem.
Oh, I think I can do it now.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll push whatever button I think is play.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta rewind it first. It's
At first, there's this like weird squealing, garbled sound, and then you hear a voice. Killian Cray, you filthy coward. I did everything. And now you want to shut me down? But you knew exactly what you were asking for when you sent me to my work. I know it, and I have proof, and you'd best stay away. You can take my lab and my research, but if I see any hint of I'll release everything I have on this. And then the thing just like sparks, and the recording ends.
Oh no.
Can you
Do we
play
know
that
Killian
back?
Cray?
You can make a society check.
Can you play that back?
I don't.
Oh, nice. I get a bonus for society. 27.
27. Killian Cray was, at one point, you remember hearing about a researcher, an executive in R&D for Swiftwind's trading company. And you remember hearing the name, and you don't really remember why, but at some point, like, left the company, or
Maybe 5 years ago or whatever.
somewhere around 5 years ago, you just stopped hearing about him.
Okay. Killian Cray is a high member of the Research and Development Department who happened to mysteriously disappear 5 or 6 years ago.
Now
Convenient.
you're thinking about it, there was definitely some kind of scandal. His exit, especially internally, rumors were his exit was definitely forced.
And I think we see that from the gem right there.
Yeah.
I think he did release him.
This is a whole kind of like corporate conspiracy thing.
Yeah, this is way deeper than I thought it would ever be.
It sounds like they were gonna take his research and
Yeah, it seems like
Killian Cray was trying to shut down this thing.
No. Killian Cray is the person here.
running this.
And then Swift Trades, it appears, shut him down. And in, this is speculation, but in an act of revenge,
Probably after they found out. about the
release
whole-
this.
Huh.
Okay. How do we go against an organization that has hands all around the world? I'm just the king of a small town.
That's still debatable. We're still
I'm just a simple country king.
I'm just a simple country king.
Well,
I care about these people, you guys. I listen to them talk every single day, and you can't help but wonder what's going on in their life. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's like my dad's always said to me. You can't solve the world's problems if you don't solve the one right in front of your face first.
Wow, your dad's pretty smart.
Yeah.
He's wicked smart.
I mean, yeah, he's a unicorn.
What?
What do you mean, what?
She said she was raised by a unicorn.
So many times.
So many times. That's why she knows so much.
I really like.
I don't think I was here for that part.
I see. See. Should we burn the tree? Like I don't know how to stop something like this.
Well, look, I mean, the recording said that they were trying to take away or take. Like, were they shutting them down to be a good person and then keep quiet of their one individual's bad apple situation? Or were they going to take his findings, push him out, and then keep it for themselves? Like,
What if, now, you know me, Chauncey. Big beastie starts galloping around here. I'm happy to bring it down. But we could always try to capture it. Try to bring some sort of evidence. Do we think that's even...
Maybe if it was mutated from a unicorn, maybe we can fix it and make it a unicorn again. But we have to find it first.
And
I kind of thought it was going to just be here. I mean...
yeah.
Is there
I mean,
like a
yeah,
spell
we could
unicorn?
burn...
It's
If we burn
nighttime.
the house,
I don't know.
burn the tree, it can't come back.
Or we force it out.
By burning all of its trees?
Just this one. Seems like this is.
Home base tree.
Yeah.
Well, you could give it a try.
Okay. Chauncey is going to mage hand the torch and like bring it over and like set it.
What's the range on the mage hand?
It's like what? 30 plus feet?
Yeah, it's gonna be. You have to get into the.
Oh, you're gonna make me go. Fine.
Look, I know that you're dead. Nobody wants to go in the room. Everybody wants to stand at the doorway and say,
I
"We're
was in
just
the
gonna stand
room.
here and just
But I
hang out
never
here
in the
forever."
room.
Everybody's gotta go in the room if you want to get that mage hand over there.
Chauncey will go into the room
I'm with Chauncey.
close enough to be able to mage hand.
Okay.
And he's going to start trying to set the fungus on fire.
Fungus on fire. Where's everybody else going?
Shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
You're on
I mean-
Chauncey's shoulder,
Crown.
Crown.
on the top of his head.
How close would I be if I am in the room but at the door? Like still wall,
You'd be about 60 feet away from where Chauncey has to be.
put me 30.
All right, so you're standing like at the pole. Then.
Okay, like 10 feet away from the pole.
10
but-
feet away. Hawk.
Yeah, I had posted up near the door, but he took my source of light. So
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
I kind of got to stick with the light.
I left dancing lights.
Yeah, you got the dancing
I can.
lights.
I'll send them to follow him then.
And he has a torch too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've established you're closer to the tree, and then you're kind of in the middle, and then
Yeah,
I'll stay
and then
on
you're
this
back.
end. So we've kind of got the whole room covered.
That's
it's about to
perfect.
get real bright in here, so.
You get closer to the tree, and you're smelling this like thick chemical smell from it. And then it starts to change a little bit. And I need you to make a will save.
21.
21. This stuff, now that you're closer to it, the smell has changed to something incredibly, wildly delicious. It smells like cinnamon bread with a little bit of nutmeg in it. It smells so good. And the three of you standing back actually watch as Chauncey starts to walk towards the tree. You see the torch that he was holding out with his mage hand just sort of drop to the ground, and Chauncey starts walking towards the tree.
Chauncey.
And as you're doing that, you make a. Oh, you're on top of his head.
What?
So,
I didn't say that.
Yeah. So actually, I need you to make a will save too.
I didn't want to say anything.
A 21. I know.
Oh, come on. I got 21.
21. It smells
Right?
like
No, 20.
candy.
Dang it! I can't do math.
It smells
18.
like candy in here. It's like you're in the middle of a candy factory, and you're so excited because Chauncey is taking you right up to it. You see them just walk right up to the tree. What do you guys do, if anything?
Do I have time to do something before they get too close to the tree? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like they're a good like 30 feet away from the tree, so you could get up. Yeah.
Chauncey. Hawk is gonna swap arrows. He pulls out a very specific arrow, and he aims it at Chauncey. Like he's gonna try the leg move again. It's like, Chauncey, what are you doing? Stop walking.
Hey, it just smells real good.
I don't want to have to do it, Chauncey. It's for your best.
I feel like at this point it would probably be good to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Well, hey, I think I'm using perception, so I guess everyone gets +1.
Hey!
My rolls.
All right.
7. No, 18.
18. Okay.
Michael Jordan.
25.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
I rolled a 17 on the die.
Chauncey. What did you say?
15.
15. Oh. Kai, and you had 18, right? Okay. Chauncey, you are first up. And I'm afraid that the only thing you can do is get right up in this tree. So it's 30 feet away, so taking an action to get there.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that you are really deeply interested in doing is grabbing a big piece of it and tasting it. So you're gonna have to do that. And the third thing you're gonna have to do is roll a fortitude save.
Oh no.
Oh
are
god.
Sickened.
Ooh, 28.
28, okay. It tastes incredible. At first there's this like really weird bitter taste and you think you're just like, what are we doing? But then it tastes exactly like a warm, gooey cinnamon bun. And you're like, oh, this is incredible. And you just want to eat more and more. Moondust.
Bites it off.
You can see Chauncey eating this, and you almost get like jealous because it looks so good and it smells so good. And you can't wait to get your hands on some. But first, it's Hawk's turn.
Well, see, now he's at the tree. I was trying to stop him from getting to the tree.
You could say,
I feel like
too
I
late
would.
for
I
him.
feel like I would kill you with what I was planning. I don't know. I think Hawk's going to.
you got some rope?
Oh, Hawk's got it. Hawk's gonna run forward, and yes, he's gonna like kind of do that move that archers do, where they just kind of like grab the arrow alongside the bow
Yeah.
itself, and he's gonna pull out from his pack this kind of weird sack. And he's going to move within, I think, 60 feet because it's a thrown thing. And he's going to just chuck it at the tree, understanding that there's going to be a little, sorry about that, persistent. He's throwing a tallow bomb,
Okay.
which is a mixture of animal fat and acids that when it explodes, it's going to burst into fire and essentially start a fire. So
Okay.
What we were trying to do here,
Wait, okay, so you had this the whole time.
look, Hawk was trying to keep things prepared that wouldn't kill things. You know what I mean?
No, but I just want to
I
establish.
don't know what you mean. Roll an attack. Okay. You just stop. Your mouth is full of fungus. You roll an attack.
Ranged attack is going to be a 19 against the tree.
A 19 against 3. All right. So this tallow bomb splats against the tree. It explodes. Does it deal fire damage or what?
It does 1d4 persistent fire damage and 1 fire splash damage.
Okay. So you're going to take a point of splash damage, 1 point of fire damage. You're going to take a point of fire splash damage, unfortunately. And the tree, this tallow bomb sticks to the tree and it starts to burn. And as it burns, that you start to smell like burnt sugar. And Hawk is destroying all of this beautiful, wonderful candy. And it is horrible. And it is your turn. You still could probably get some if you act quickly. Just reach down and grab it. You have to hop off Chauncey's head and start grabbing it and eating it. But I will say, you get another will save.
Oh, okay.
What? What?
Oh my gosh, this dice.
Hero point.
Yum, yum, yum.
Can I, hero point, hero
You have
point.
hero
Use
point.
your personal one yet?
No, hero point.
You got your own personal one.
No! Yep, do it, Jim.
All right, so you hop down off Chauncey's head
wanna
and you
try
start
it.
eating
It
with the
smells
rest of
so
your turn.
good.
You're just going to eat, make a fortitude save.
Oh, these dice are out for me. Okay, fortitude, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that
I just got another 5. I got a 6, a 5, and a 5
It's like
on
me
3
with the,
separate
It's like
dice.
me with the 20s, but worse.
What's
This
going on?
is interesting. I mean, you are just shoveling as much because it's starting to burn, so you need to eat as much of this
of it
candy
as I
as you
can.
possibly can.
Yeah.
And you're eating and you're eating and you're eating, and then your tummy starts to feel just a little bit sick. You're gonna take 6 points of poison damage.
Oh, huzzah!
Jerks!
And you are stupefied 1. Now, stupefied, to figure out... Oh, it's sickened 1 here.
Oh.
Sickened 1. I'll give you the card for that. You can see what sickened does. And that is the rest of your turn. So you're just shoveling all this in your mouth. And now that you've had some, you feel much, much better. But also not. Like, your tummy is upset, but you, like, internally feel like there's a sense of completeness. Like, you've done what you needed to do. And it is now Kai's turn.
Okay, so Kai's going to attempt to dispel magic
Okay.
on the tree.
Okay.
No, on the sap. Or
The tree.
the tree.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Takes 10 minutes?
No. The item becomes mundane item. So it's just gonna become a tree for 10 minutes.
Now, just so we're clear, so far you're not 100% certain whether this is magic.
Got it.
Nobody has determined whether there's a magical effect occurring right now. I'm just letting you know that.
Then I'll just wait. Okay, then
Yeah.
retro.
Yeah.
If I dispel, they've been spelled. Like they have something going on with them.
You've seen they're acting funny, but you don't know if what I'm saying is you don't know if it's necessarily magical in origin. It could be many other things.
Then is there enough space between both of them and the tree to use shield on the tree?
To shield on the tree, I think shield you can only cast on yourself.
It doesn't specify.
Yeah, it's a personal.
Okay, I'm just gonna dispel. I'm just gonna.
All right, hey, I'm not saying you can't try it, but I was just letting you know what we've established thus far.
I'll
Okay,
attempt to
you
dispel
need to
the
make a
shield.
counteract check, which is going to be a d20.
Okay. Just flat or
It should tell you in the spell. It should tell you in dispel magic.
unravel attempt to counteract check against the target. Page 455. 458.
Oh, jeez.
If you succeed against the spell effect, you counteract it. Doesn't say exactly what.
Counteracting, blah, 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 blah.
That's all it says. Counteract.
Well, what's the D20 rule? Because adding anything to it may be a moot
It says
point.
just relevant skill modifier or other appropriate modifiers. Just make a spell attack.
Okay. Spell attack. That is. Okay, so that is dirty 20.
Okay. There is no effect, but you're pretty sure, it's like your spell doesn't have anything to latch onto and destroy.
Okay.
Whatever effect they're under doesn't appear to be a magical effect.
Okay.
Supernatural.
So that took one. The shield was one action. Oh no, that I didn't do shield. It was dispel magic. That was 2. So then I'm going to cast, horrifying blood loss on you so that maybe you get scared that you're losing blood because of eating this and be frightened and run away.
All right, tell me about the horrifying blood. Tell Chauncey about horrifying blood loss.
I'm saving them. Don't
I
talk
believe
about my methods.
You are going straight to jail. You're going straight to jail.
So you curse the target, filling it with terror at the sight of its blood. You need to make a will save.
Natural 20.
Oh my god! So the target is unaffected.
Unaffected. It seems like Chauncey's desire to eat overcomes whatever
me help
magic
you.
you're trying to
I just rolled the dice.
However, at the top of the next round, Chauncey, it is your turn. And again, like you get splashed by this tallow bomb, and you feel like there's this pain, and for a moment, like everything just sort of feels real bitter in your mouth. But then, I need you to make a will save.
You just rolled in that 20. Throw it the same.
I'm.
Use it.
Yeah.
Hero point, you say.
Hero point.
Ugh.
I mean, you could have used a hero point.
Oh, against your. No.
Yes.
What?
Instead of eating poison.
That's 22.
22. You have to spend your turn eating the fungus.
22?
Fortitude save.
This is ridiculous.
It's all right, I did it too.
26.
26. Okay, you are starting to feel like a little queasy, but you just shove that aside because this stuff is so good. You just have to have more. You have to. And it is Hawk's turn.
Tree takes another 4 points of damage.
Tree, yeah. So at the end of your turn, we'll resolve the splat because I don't have an initiative for the tree. We'll say at the end of your turn, it'll resolve that persistent damage.
Great. The tree keeps burning. I'm going to use one of the other items that I got to try to save my friends, and I'm going to pull out my spring-loaded net launcher.
Hey, there we go.
That's awesome.
That I can use from 60 feet away. I will make a ranged attack against them, and it would cover both of them because she's on his head.
Yeah.
With a 17 on the dice plus 14 is 31.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah, I think you're gonna hit both of them. In fact,
Nice.
So you net them.
So
Is the net attached to a rope, or is it just a net like they're entangled by it?
it just kind of said it's an. Let me get the exact wording. Small bronze cylinder is about the size of a potion bottle. So I like reach in, and it's just like this little thing, and it's net launched out. It fires an unattached net, requiring only a single hand and at a greater distance. So I made the range attack roll. Yeah, it's just.
So now we're just netted. But
But like you're.
But we're just trapped there.
Next to a fire.
This is chaos.
I'm getting real tired of people hitting me with stuff.
Look, I used everything I could to not kill you. My other options are to just shoot you.
Oh my god.
Shoot you.
That's what I do.
You could just. Never mind. I'm not metagaming anything.
It's fine.
Is it
it's
my
fine.
turn?
It's good. Go ahead and roll your persistent damage.
Yes,
Yeah.
against the.
And roll it for last turn too, because I don't think you dealt initial damage. To
I
the
did
tree.
not. So it's a total of 4 damage.
4 points of damage. Okay.
On the
Huge
tree.
patch of this mold is gone. There's only a little bit left of it, and that would have been the rest of your turn, Hawks. We go to Moondust.
Do we
now,
take that damage?
No, that you only took the
just the
initial splash.
initial
Now, Moondust, you feel like really kind of queasy, and you no longer want to eat the mold.
Oh.
You don't feel good. But you're under a net now, and you're next to Chauncey, who looks like he is about to go and get. And actually, you can see like it looks like he's trying to like reach down to get more of it, like through the net. He's like scrambling to get more before it all burns away. And you feel like, oh no, that was gross. It was bad. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna spend an action and throw up.
Okay. Make another fortitude save.
23.
23. Okay. You are no longer sickened.
Yeah.
What else do you do? You got 2 more actions.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to act this round. So
Did you throw up on my head?
Oh, yeah.
All you guys going to jail.
Jail for
I am
everybody. Straight to
saving
jail.
your life.
Throw up on my head, straight to jail.
I didn't throw up on your head.
No.
I don't have anything that I could do to really help.
Okay, you don't have to do anything. You just try to wiggle out of the net if you want and get away.
Oh, yeah. Can I fit through the net?
Yeah, probably. You're a tiny creature. Yeah. Just
Okay.
wriggle out of the net, and we'll say an action just to wriggle yourself free of the net.
Great. And then I will flutter to Hawk and land
All
on
right,
Hawk.
you just rush over to Hawk, leaving Chauncey to his fate.
Sorry, Chauncey.
You arrive on my
I'll come
shoulder.
back for you.
I'm like, what? Why didn't you? Why
Had
didn't
I
you tug?
acted, you would have died because all my things would have killed you.
But why?
What do you mean why?
Like, why is your first thought
James,
kill Chauncey?
we
No,
all
we're trying
came
not
prepared
to.
kill other things, but you're the biggest danger.
Kai, it is your turn. You can see that Moondust seems to have shaken free of whatever it was.
Yeah.
Chauncey is like desperately scrambling to get more. And you see most of this fungus is like burned away from the tree. What do you do?
So my first question, are there any like stable tools, like long poles with hooks? I don't know that I can.
Sure, yeah.
Great, I grab the long pole with
Yeah.
the hook on it,
Uh-huh.
and I stick it out, hook over the net, and
Okay.
start dragging
Sure.
his tushy.
Now you're gonna have to get a little bit closer to him, which means I'm gonna need you to make a will save.
I'm running out of safe ways to help.
I know.
Oh, Lordy
I'm so
B.
tiny. I can't.
Will
pick anyone
save,
up.
will save. Will saves
Can I can reload
are
that net.
under.
Defenses, maybe?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be an 18 plus a 14.
Oh yeah,
32.
yeah, 32. So there's
I
this,
just-
there's this moment where you start to smell like chocolate cake, but then you just shake it off, and you don't know what happened, but it's nonsense. So you rush up to him, and you get the pole in there, and I would say you have one more action left. You want to try to yank him back away from the tree?
Oh, 100%.
All right, make an athletics check. It'll be against your fortitude
Oh,
DC,
no,
which is 10 plus your
I'm kinda strong.
fortitude save modifier.
I am very fortuitous.
It was. Okay. You said strength?
It's
Or
athletics.
Athletics. Okay, yeah. Natural 20.
Yeah! 20. So you get the hook in there and yank him back. And he's like, no, my sweets.
My cinnamon bun.
Can I use a free action to slap him?
Sure. You slap him. Like that.
Step out of it.
Chauncey, make a will save.
Because of the slap.
Oh, sickened.
No, I mean, like, you smell the cinnamon buns, you want them back so badly. She slaps you across the face. You're still stuck in the net. Is he technically immobilized?
Yes.
I think if it's not, I think he just like has a reduction to his speed.
Well, isn't he on the ground? Because of the
Not,
net.
he's not technically prone. He's not mechanically
It
prone.
doesn't. The net trap functions as an unattached net.
So I think it's going to just reduce his speed. All I'm trying to determine is, could he possibly get to the tree? Could he get to it?
I'm looking up net. You can use a net.
Make it an acrobatics check to escape. That's what you're going to need to do.
Takes a minus 10.
17.
17. Okay, no, you're not going to be able to escape the net, which means you're not going to be able to get to the tree this round, which is all I really need to determine. Which means what we need to determine is how much does this tree burn on Hawk's turn. Hawk, roll your persistent fire damage.
3!
3 points of damage. All that was left of your beautiful cinnamon buns bursts into flames and withers away. And now that it's all gone, like that smell fades and the taste in your mouth is like you've been eating mud. It's disgusting. It's gross. You almost vomit just from having it near you. You're not mechanically sickened, but there's still something like you just feel really off. And the rest of the fungus on the tree burns away. The tree itself doesn't actually the rest of the tree begins to catch, which begins to spread to the walls and the ceiling. And you can see that the building itself is about to catch fire. What do you do?
Is there a window?
You could find a window. You could just backtrack out. You can just leave.
Okay.
There's nothing that would prevent you from leaving.
Well, it's a dirt floor, right?
Yeah.
And it's a stable.
Mm-hmm.
Hawk's gonna grab a shovel and just start taking dirt and
You're
throwing
gonna try
it
to
at
put
the
out the fire?
flames. Yeah.
Okay. As you start doing that, you can see that the tree is already too far gone, and it's like you with just the shoveling dirt on it, you're not going to be able to do that. It's not going to work. The building's a lost cause. We've run out of time for you to do things.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to leave. You have to escape the building.
Leave the building.
You have to end the episode.
Fine.
Hog, we gotta get out of here.
I collect my net and I'm like, I'll figure out how to get it back into the spring-loaded thing later. And then I grab my stuff and make sure my dog's with me.
So as the building's burning, you stop and gather each of your objects, making sure that none of your...
It's the only way I can not kill
Hold on, I dropped my deck of cards. I need several minutes to
all
pick this
52
up.
of the cards. And you then rush out of the burning building. And it does begin to blaze. And you can see now it's full night out. And there's this huge spiral of flames shooting up into the sky, and you just stand there, sort of watching it as the fire spreads, and burns and burns. You can tell that over the course of the whole night, this whole building is just probably going to collapse on itself, destroying whatever evidence may have been of what had happened in here. However, you do have a little bit more information than you started with.
And
you
a
have
flyer.
name. You know there's a conspiracy of some kind, and you know that at some point Swiftwinds was here and they were doing something they don't want anybody to know about. And as you're watching the building burn, you can see in the distance through the trees a flicker of motion, and you hear a whisper of sound like a whinnying of a horse. So when you look, you see this giant mutated beast covered in thorny horns and giant bulbous warts, and it is watching the flames, and then it looks over at all of you and then turns and disappears into the flesh of a tree. And that is where we will have to end our episode.
Oh, man.
God.
I can't help feeling like part of that was my fault.
The
Part
fire?
of it is part of it. I mean,
Right.
the
I was
fact
gonna
that you
put it on
did
fire,
light it
guys.
on fire was, but you were always going to light it on fire.
Right when that happened, when the unicorn appeared, Kai turns to the fourth wall camera. It's here. And then cut to black. And then that's it.
Thank you all for playing with me. Thank you all out
Don't
there
touch
for
me.
watching.
Don't touch me.
Before we go, I do want to say a couple of things. The first of which is that we had a giveaway.
Yeah.
If you were using that Gleam.io link in the chat, then you were entered into the Digital Dark Archive giveaway. I believe we have a winner. We'll announce that winner in just a moment. There's also, for one of you who has stuck around to the end, who has been with us through all of it, will be winning a digital Pathfinder beginner box. And I am looking. Oh, I almost saw it. I was going to say it, and then I don't know if it was
I
there.
think I saw it. I know the
We've got a winner
name.
coming up for the Digital Dark Archive. Maybe as soon as I can see the name, I'll say it. I'll say it so loud. With 300 entries in the giveaway, it looks like the person who came out on top is Lucas Martinez.
Oh my God!
Lucas Martinez, congratulations. Remember, all you need to do is have an account on Paizo.com, give us the email address that is associated with that account, and you can claim your Dark Archive prize and have your own wild cryptid hunts at home. Now for the winner of the Digital Pathfinder Beginner Box, it is... someone drive through. drive through, make sure that you have a Paizo.com account and message us. What are we messaging? I guess what we want to do it on. Are we messaging on Twitch? How are they giving us this information? Lucas Martinez doesn't get in touch with us. How does Drive Through get in touch with us?
Hold up. Let me give him Adam Rady's phone number.
Give out his, contact him personally. You can find us on Twitter at the DaTNetwork, and you can direct message us there, or direct message at the official Paizo on Twitter. Just message Paizo or message the Dragons and Things Network, and we will get your prizes out to you. Again, all we need is the email address that's going to be associated with your Paizo.com account. All right, everybody, it's time to go. We're out of here. We need to escape the fire, but first I need to get my net and try to
I've got to
reload it in the launcher. We will be back next Tuesday for more heroic endeavors, Pathfinder heroic endeavors. It's going to be a good time. We're super excited. We're really glad to be back, and we're glad you're all here with us. There will be more giveaways every single week, so make sure you are paying attention to us on the socials at the DaTNetwork, and follow Paizo on all their socials as well. Make sure you're taking a look at what we have to offer, because some of those giveaway announcements go out early. So you want to be the first ones to jump in on that stuff. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Izzy Black.